Well, if we are all ready, then Will,
Hey!
what happened last time on Ebon Ward?
Last time on Ebon Ward, the party concluded their best course of action was to make the Arcanium Mirror mobile to capture the Diligent Learner, so sent Redpath and Maze off to find a chalkboard on wheels to use as the base. They found one quickly after using a secret path to the evocation room and clumsily brought it back to the group. Once it was fitted appropriately, they continued their loop through the various classrooms. Maze and Rosa nearly activated an alarm system while procuring a hairstiff staff of fire that was on display. Though these two had only just met today, they bonded over their near peril, but keeping it cool. They were able to get the jump on more possessed students in the abjuration study and finally found Pride. It had taken two intrusive thoughts to fully manipulate him, but the party was able to free him and escape back to Doopsy's office as the flood of knowledge crashed into Rosa's ice barricade. The group tried to tell Pride as little as possible about the plan to avoid it being plucked from his mind, but he was perceptive enough to understand he would need to be prepared for something. With the Arcanium Mirror covered in the large sheet, they presented it to the Diligent Learner, who placed Pure up front as a small shield. Terms were agreed upon, and once Pure was close enough to Pride, he tackled her out of the way as Dia removed the sheet. The Diligent Learner was instantly captured, but a possessed Doopsy was still a major problem, as he knew breaking the mirror would release him. The group did a fantastic job locking down the owl, while also bringing the mirror to the abyssal portal, where Yodis immediately punished the Diligent Learner as his room drifted off into darkness. After a hard-fought battle, the party exited the building and met with Amaranth, who sent her fire giants in to sweep the building and gather survivors. Eldritch Knight Emmett was present and made sure his keepers stayed in line and assisted with the crowds, as well as accompanying the giants inside. While it wouldn't be immediate, it became clear, thanks to Conrad, Rivaldi, and Oleander, that Doopsy would face consequences for this grand blunder. Rosa made it clear to them that punishment would wait until a full investigation and some time to recuperate. Tired but victorious, Dia suggested they all go out for brunch to cool off. The group is now making their way down the stairs from the academy to a well-earned meal. Woo! So I'll just put you guys over here. Yeah. So, as you guys were making your way down the stairs, Amaranth, as Rosa's kind of got her arms locked around her, kind of turns her shoulder, looks over her shoulder to look in your general direction. By the way, I was thinking, let me pay. It's the least I can do, and I know of a fabulous place for all of us. And it isn't too long into hear the clomp stomp tromp of Embernice following behind. I figured I could tag along too, if that's okay.
Yeah.
My girl wants some free lunch. Smart.
The more the merrier.
Yeah. She just nods. Also, I gotta make sure that you guys stay safe. You're all tuckered out. I'm still raring to go. I'll be your bodyguard.
I appreciate it. I think, we should be okay, but I certainly didn't see the invisible gymnast coming the first time, and I probably won't the second time, so yeah, having you around's a good idea.
No,
they'll very likely still be invisible.
We've become quite popular. Maybe some jealous people will just stab us for no reason.
That'd be exciting.
By the way, Maze, I was ambivalent before, but I am now fully convinced you are right about a team name. I think we need it. We need it so that we can go out there and claim credit for things before fucking Emmett tries to weasel his way into saying that the Keepers had anything to do with resolving situations like this.
Yeah, that has been my key point. I'm glad you got around to seeing it.
Amaranth thinks about that. It sounds like you've been adventuring for a while together and you hadn't come up with a name. And it sounds like from Rosie, and you see that Rosie actually flinches for a moment. You've encountered them a few times before. Yeah, they've assisted with different matters. Kind of tilts her head, involving the Keepers. Things of the sort.
Did you have a name for us?
You wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
I sometimes refer to you as problematic problem solvers.
Oh, I'd assumed it started with sk and ended with
That would be more pain. Yeah.
scum.
Oh.
Oh!
Okay. So it wasn't missing letters.
No. I'm just being a shit.
Embernice, like, leans down and taps on the shoulder. Nash, don't worry, I was right there with you.
It wasn't missing letter. Thought we were playing Wordle.
And so, you guys make your way through the streets, and there's like a little bit of chatter with various people. The little bits and pieces you catch are talking about the academy and how it seems to be handled by now, what's going to happen with Doopsy, or classes canceled. There are some students you see are like, oh, thank God, more time to study, and things like that.
Probably that fucker who was gonna literally encase the city in a blizzard to skip school.
I think it's a good thing that was confiscated and we have it now, actually. If that was on the top of the list.
Yeah. And you guys are led back onto one of the main streets, actually to a building that's right next door to Kabloom. And you enter the Hoagies of House Hairsif.
Are you kidding?
You do notice immediately with this building that there is seating for like regular sized folks, but then there's also very large tables and big chairs.
Man. They got the bar seat, the window seat. Holy hell.
Yeah, it seems like just so the Giants for sure have a place that is very specifically for them, but others are more than welcome. And you actually see across the way that there is one Giant who's enjoying 2 massive meatball subs while they're chitty-chatting with what look to be like Hairsif employees for the Horde of House Hairsif, all sharing a stew. And every once in a while, the Giant actually like takes a spoonful of the stew as like a soup as a side, basically.
I gotta say, and this is wholly off topic, but like, Nico made this table so long ago.
Yeah!
And it's so great. We get so much use out of this fucking table.
Nico made that table?
Yeah, Nico made that table.
I assumed it
That's
it looks
so
like it's from like a
fly.
sci-fi asset pack or
Yeah.
something.
No, Nico made that table, like, what, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
At this point, must be.
Yeah, no, we got a lot of mileage out of
It was
it.
made for
It's for
Fantasy
miles.
Campaign 2, I think. Yeah.
Yup.
Fucking A.
Sure was. It's a good table.
It's a great
Anyways, yeah, so you guys come on in, and Rosa looks over and is like, I suppose we could sit at one of the giant tables, and then we'll just grab some of the bar stools.
Or
may seem-
alternatively, we could sit at this long one over here and then replace this one at the end with a bigger chair.
Oh, I get to be at the head?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Cool, I didn't do anything today. Thanks, guys.
Hey, that's not true. You helped manage expectations outside.
Yeah, I kept them low. Yeah,
Everyone who came by, I told them, those guys who went in, probably dead.
Don't worry about it. Not your problem. I don't know why I got an accent.
They just picked it up, I guess.
Oh, sorry, Nash, did you want to be at the end?
Oh, it's okay. I just find spots somewhere.
You all have a nice seat. And you notice that it's like notably warm in here.
I can't
so-
imagine why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously the multiple fire giants make it warmer, but there is also this massive open fireplace. It's pretty damn big. That's also heating up the room.
Where they smith their subs.
Yeah, it isn't too long until very, very handsome Sylph walks over, and you do notice that he's got this very nice white, gold, and red uniform, and then he has this, what looks like a baseball cap, but instead of the actual front portion, it's like a hummingbird beak.
Oh my god.
How very
No,
hunky.
I was gonna comment on like I love the vibe of this place, and this seems like the kind of place I'd like to work for, like, you know, a seasonal job. But then, man, I would miss those weenie boy outfits, Maze.
I wouldn't.
With that though,
There's some dignity left in that outfit. I'm sorry, we're
there's-
talking about you like you're not here.
Yeah, thanks. I am here.
Hello, sir.
I'm deeply offended, but looking forward to a tip. And then looks over at Amaranth. Oh, Lady Amaranth, welcome to Hoagies of House Hairsif. Oh. I didn't see me there. It's fine. I didn't see you either. What can I do for you? It's an honor to serve you guys. I'll go get a chocolate cake now.
Wow, is that complimentary?
You probably. And if it's not, it'll be covered by me. Don't worry.
I feel a little bad. I kind of ruined that guy's day.
No, and I'll make it clear to him it's really not a big deal. I just, like poking fun every once in a while. And you see that Amaranth, she's been yawning a lot because this woman is basically running on like no sleep in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
That was almost us, but we got to have a sleep.
Got to have a sleep.
We did. Hey, I have a small question.
Yes?
There's a lot of fire giants around here. Were they just always local to the area?
Amaranth turns over. No, actually. Fire giants, I guess maybe you don't know, and that's reasonable. They hail from the plane of fire. And so we've recruited a few, strictly because, as you may be aware, our great-grandparent, drawing a blank, Briony, was a master at conjuration magic and did in fact open a massive portal to the plane of fire. And when that happened, that shook things up. We started making more contact with the fire giants, and, well, we saw an opportunity to work together. And you see, kind of hunched over, kind of leaning onto the table a bit, and you feel the table, like, kind of angled downwards as Embernice kind of leans on it. Yeah, I don't know exactly when you guys started working with my uncle, or even my mom for that matter. But it's been a really great opportunity just because we get the extra protection. Weirdly enough, I mean, the plane of fire is not exactly safe, so having some talented pyromancers or other spellcasters to kind of back us up out there when we're dealing with the possibility of red dragons or other weird, dumb politics stuff. Let me tell you, there's a lot of dumb stuff up there.
Dumb politics on the plane of fire.
Yeah. Amaranth nods. Oh, yes. The city of Brass is a very active city. Constantly
yes.
looking to...
No, I've heard of that name before.
Yeah. It's a fairly active city. Constantly doing its best to take command of whatever they can. They're a bit of conquerors over there. And it isn't long until someone comes walking back with you'd see a fuck off huge cake, and sets it down very carefully. Oh, one giant cake. Oh, I gotta get your food. What are you ordering?
I was pretty taken with that guy dual wielding meatball subs. I think I will do the same.
Okay, I should clarify. Do you want a foot long or do you want a yard long? Because there's
man, that sounds like a challenge. Thanks for...
do you want to ruin the rest of your day?
I guess not.
Maybe me split big one.
Yeah, just got a couple yard longs for the table.
Oh, if we get a yard, we can start from either end and see who gets farther. And if we actually manage to meet in the middle somewhere, we can Lady in the Tramp it. That sounds great.
Embernice hears that. What? Oh my. That sounds kind of spicy. Sure. Yeah. So we'll do yard long meatball sub. I figure just a nice big old yard club, and then what are we thinking for a third one?
I'll just take a chicken pesto sandwich, please.
Easy enough, no problem. Yeah, okay. Then he takes those orders and makes his way back over, and you can hear the two at the counter talking like, dude, you super blew it. I know, I didn't see. He just takes his hat off like, oh, how was I supposed to fucking know? Yeah, and so to put in perspective, this cake is supposed to be meant for giants.
Right.
So if you take a slice, it's basically, oh my god, you're basically looking at like height-wise, kind of like a soda bottle, honestly.
Like a 2-liter.
Maybe not
And
a 2-liter, but like, yeah, it's definitely like.
And I'm assuming it's like 2 feet in diameter, also.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a cake. This is a responsibility.
Yeah.
I like that they went this far and then put exactly 5 strawberries on it.
Don't want to overdo it, you know?
They're giant strawberries in high demand.
Can I call dibs on the leftovers, please?
Amaranth turns over. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, man. Well, congratulations, guys, on going on in there and being heroes and stuff like that. That's great. So everyone did get out okay, right?
As far as we know.
Yeah, we didn't end up having to kill anyone. I think even the little guys who were manipulating everyone didn't actually die. They all just got sent back to the abyss by the looks of it.
Well, that's good. Yeah, it was also brought to my attention that there seems to be a portal present.
Yes, and it has been such since the beginning, so...
Amaranth kind of cups her chin and thinks, your best estimates, Dia, seeing as you're a talented arcane spellcaster, and I feel like that's the most appropriate here. I'm going to change the music because this is way too dramatic for a hoagie shop.
Yeah.
And let me,
Is the abyss nice this time of year?
It's nice every time of year. The temperature never changes. It's at a frigid 12.
Yeah. She thinks, your best estimate and knowledge of abjuration, do you consider those security measures, at least for the time being, sufficient enough?
Out of character, having knowledged at the wards around the portal, does it seem like they're sufficient to stop any non-Yotis demons from coming through, provided they're not interfered with from this side?
Yeah, so you rolled bonkers high. I think you rolled nearly a 40 or something insane. It's damn good old magic, clearly done by experts working together to create something brand new. If something was, of a very high level, they might be able to break through. But at that point, if that thing's coming through, the city's fucked anyways.
Yeah. So
anything like, even like near Yoda's level, and you're actually pretty confident that those barricades would work against the Diligent Learner. So the Diligent Learner got here another way.
Yeah. Well, then presumably the intrusive thoughts were all already here from whenever Yotis originally dispatched them, however he managed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
In my estimation, I don't think you have anything to worry about, provided it is kept secret and safe on this side. Or, I guess to put another way, the abjuration is about as good as I can imagine mortal spellcasters being able to put together. The only people who might have a chance of making something more secure would be the top experts of the Bronze Circle. And so anything that's able to force its way through, I don't think there would be anything you could do to prevent that, short of closing the portal here only to have it reopen somewhere else, which, well, that might solve Leviara's problem, but it certainly would ruin someone else's day at some point.
She points with her fork as she's taking a couple of small bites off of the massive piece of cake and just goes, precisely. I'm glad to know that you're aware of that information when it comes to portals, which is why I plan on leaving it be for now. Obviously, I want to double, triple check those security measures. But at this point in time, I think it'll be acceptable. So I don't think we need to make a mad dash, but we will need to work on it soon.
It doesn't seem like anything has... So the things that were infesting the school, I don't have any reason to think they came through that portal. I think they arrived here from elsewhere on this plane. So as far as we know, it doesn't seem like anything has successfully broken through in the history of the Academy. So it's got a pretty good track record.
Yes, it does make me wonder then. She thinks, why on earth would Doopsy have that maintained to the point not really tell anyone?
Maybe he was afraid.
It's fair.
It is a pretty horrifying prospect, you gotta admit.
Yes, and I am concerned what would happen if more people learned about it. I don't think
it's especially a troublesome situation when you concern how close it is to the Well of Knowledge.
Precisely, which is again old wizards being old wizards.
I mean, you could see if there's a way to move the Well of Knowledge, but I don't think there's any way to move the portal. I mean, short of sending it somewhere random.
Portals are fairly stationary once they are set up. There are some tricky ways you can go about it, but with the way it's set up at the moment, it sounds like that would be far too difficult to accommodate. So the Well of Knowledge, while it is a useful tool in allowing our wizards and other arcane spellcasters the opportunity to kind of flourish, even in their toughest moments, I might have a controversial opinion and think it'd be wise to just shut down, get rid of it. I don't think it outweighs its... I don't think its value outweighs its risk, as proven.
No, that makes sense.
But those aren't changes I can make by myself. We'll have to bring it up to the board and fully discuss it. Oh god, we're going to have to talk to them. She just leans on the table and kind of pinches the bridge of her nose.
Who's on the board?
Who's on the board?
Well, I'll make this clear. Oleander's not. I know that's one of your immediate concerns. He's not. I am. She smiles. There's also a few other teachers. There's Enrique Caldeso. And...
We didn't... He seems like he would have been important, yes?
She thinks for a moment.
What classes did he teach again?
Enrique Caldeso was, as if he's dead, is the sort of individual who dabbles in conjuration magic, to be sure, but his focus is on universal magic, sort of a substitute teacher, a go-to for any questions of the sort.
And has he been in contact since any of this started?
I mean, he certainly reached out, and once it was confirmed that it was conjuration magic that was involved, he stayed as far away from the school as possible, especially when I had informed him of what was happening with possible possessions. Is that the right way to describe it?
I'd say
More or less.
so.
Enchantments, possessions, one or the other.
So, he was smart enough to realize that if he got nabbed, this could escalate even further. So,
Awfully convenient.
I trust... She puts a hand up. I trust Enrique. The man's a nervous wreck. I highly doubt he'd actually try anything.
Huh, you'd be surprised.
Well,
But
at this point, it's kind of your prerogative. We did our job.
you certainly did.
Good
Whatever your
point.
group is.
I hope. Oh, I'm sure it'll be a whole long thing if there's a board and there's an investigation and so on and so on. But I hope, honestly, I hope Doopsy doesn't take it too hard. Like, almost certainly he could have done something different at some point to prevent this situation, but it's very easy to say that with the benefit of retrospect. I feel like he was very ready to just let himself be punished immediately without really any further looking into it, and I'm sure he feels guilty, but it doesn't seem fair to me.
Amaranth nods. I agree, and that's why I'm going to be doing everything in my power to defend him. While maybe there was some negligence, but the thing is, we don't know that. We don't have all of the information.
I don't know. For me, it kind of sounds like I don't know. If I were in his position, that's only the sort of way I would act if, I was covering for somebody else.
Amaranth thinks about that, and Rose actually leans around her sister to look at you. How do you mean? Do you have any specific ideas, or just kind of a theory?
Well, just a sort of, basically a theory. Going off my gut instinct, I would say that somebody with his level of knowledge, expertise, and responsibility, really. If there were somebody with any less of that who was actually responsible for everything that happened, he would probably want to throw himself on the fire so that they don't get hurt.
Yeah, it's not unreasonable that he probably thought that he needed to cover for some unnamed student or named student, depends really.
Because if your name ends up being involved with that, well, that's pretty much disaster in this city.
Rosa thinks for a moment. Do you think he's doing it for pure then?
Could be.
It's possible.
Suppose we still don't fully understand how she ended up in the position she was in. It's clear that she wasn't taken as just another random student, or presumably she would have just been milling around outside instead of right there at the heart of it. But maybe that's something we can ask her. I don't think it was her fault either.
Also, don't know what even started this. Never figured that out.
Yeah, it's something we're probably going to have to ask Pure about.
Yeah, the Hersifs both nod, and Rosa kind of considers. And I haven't heard anything like this happening in the past. I mean, there's certainly been mishaps, to be sure.
It's a pretty ludicrous circumstance, yeah.
Well, okay, fair enough, but, like, there have been some wild scenarios that have happened at the Academy, but nothing directly regarding the Abyss. This might be a surprise, not something that's studied super often there.
Here's a question. Do you guys have anything in mind that could have been a sort of catalyst for this? Anything that's happened in the city recently that might have led somebody to do something like this?
I'm gonna have Amaranth actually
because
roll
if something like this has never happened, or at least not to this extent in recent memory.
Let me find Amaranth's intelligence. Okay, yeah, Amaranth is pretty smart.
I imagine we're having our very serious discussion about the plot, and Bernice is just shoveling cake.
Yep, more or less. And then Rosie. Nah. Both of them.
6 girls.
Yep, both 6. They're thinking, no, I mean, Amaranth has like a smaller idea, at least possibly political in some regard. I mean, this got everyone involved discussing what sort of measures need to be taken. Choo choo, it's a yard. Oh!
Ducks out of the way.
No.
Not like this.
Just my fucking luck. No, he ducks out of the way. He knows the drill.
Yeah. So, there are your big yard-long sandwiches.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And this Samir, as this Sylph walks away, hey, remember I helped, just tips. They both walk away and just start chitty-chatting. Right. But, again, we're basically speculating at this point.
Yeah. It does seem like kind of a long shot to try and attribute any random event to this.
Yes. So, don't worry. I'm immediately going to be sending some investigators to do any amount of digging, just figure out what the hell happened. And Amaranth is reaching out for the sandwich, and you see Rosa go out first and like cut a nice chunk for her and hand it over. And then Amaranth turns back over. By the way, I don't know if this is something you'd be willing to discuss, but, excuse me, she finishes swallowing the sandwich. Might you have any idea where Madame Diletta is? Her absence has become concerning, to put it mildly.
She is A-okay.
Both sisters turn in your direction, and they
smiling,
both say...
by the way.
There's actually a pretty big smile from Amaranth when you say that. And both sisters say at the same time, care to elaborate?
Yes, well, it was quite clear that her safety was an issue, and so, myself and some other individuals found somewhere to put her where her safety won't be a question.
Rosa is about to go. Don't you think, and Amaranth puts her hands up, after what they did for us and for the city, I'm not going to question it any further.
No, go ahead, Rosa. I do want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, boy. How do we know that she's in a truly safe location? Amaranth turns over. Well, we haven't found her yet, have we?
Well, shit, no, that's a good question.
Suppose we opted for security by obscurity here.
Oh, you're so good, yeah.
That was
it had a little musicality to it. I love it.
That was just Aram using a real term from the real world.
So good, Aram. Look how clever you are.
Smart boy.
No, it's not so much that where she is like impenetrable, like a super magic whatever, but yeah, no, we figured it would just be better if she weren't in any of the usual places, since it seems like the aforementioned invisible gymnast is out to cause trouble for her specifically. Oh, speaking of, I guess, we came straight here, so there's no reason you would know yet, but what happened with the Blue Jays? How is it possible that literally none of them showed up? I don't believe that could happen just because Pride wasn't around to coordinate with them.
Yeah, Amaranth nods. No, I've been very curious about that myself. I actually sent a couple of my personal guard to investigate, and a lot of them just, she puts up air quotes, didn't know, which I'm gonna be completely candid with you, and pardon me in my tinfoil hat, and you see Humphrey land on her head and just kind of wiggle around.
He sticks his beak upwards.
Yeah. There's some magic going on. There has to be. I can't imagine any other reason a full platoon would have zero involvement, especially considering their highest command, or at least one of their highest in command. No, both, because Madame Diletta's gone. Not responding? Sorry. Sorry. And
Plus,
you notice that
go ahead.
I was just going to say, and you notice that as she got a little more energetic, like the
Your
room
sandwich
got warmer.
toasted?
Yeah, her sandwich gets toasted in her hands, and Rosie actually like has to calm her down. Sorry. Sorcerers, our magic is very emotion based, and I have to calm myself. Sorry. But you were saying,
No,
she gestures.
I get it. I get that. And Diletta, close friend, so Blue Jay act like this make me nervous.
Yeah. You do inadvertently raise a decent point. Both of the highest ranking members in association with them were AWOL for a bit. There is such a thing as a power vacuum. Surely somebody would have stepped up to fill in that spot just for clout at this point.
Yeah, Amaranth actually smiles. I don't know if they would, because Pride would catch wind of it.
Oh, it's Emmett.
I don't think Emmett's gonna manage to gain command of the Blue Jays anytime, surely.
He
No.
seems like the type who
Sooner.
would try.
Yeah, but think that would cause fight in street again.
Yeah, but it's true. With how many keepers were there by the time we got out, you'd think if they had no instructions to go off of and no one told them what was going on, that at some point one or more Blue Jays would say, hey, why is there a huge cavalcade of keepers rushing down the street toward the university? Maybe
Just a
we
moment,
should go
though.
and check it out.
Who did you have in mind? It sounded like there was somebody.
As in who might try to fill the vacuum?
Yes.
She thinks about that. Believe it or not, I could see Conrad Rivaldi trying.
Oh.
But seeing as none of them showed up, and he showed up late. So, I don't know why. Rosa actually leans on the table. So, hi, ex-keeper here. Gonna fill you in on some tactics that we
Is that
have.
the first time she acknowledged ex-keeper?
Hi, Zuko here.
Rosa kind of leans on the table a bit. So, if there is a large problem or something that requires many, many keepers, but we need to be careful not to cause a stir, because if you make people start to get curious, they start to funnel and follow you along because they want to see what's going on, because humans are curious. Idiots. So, what we do sometimes is we all have our own little sending stones, or at least stay in groups where at least one person does. You send out an order letting them know that something's happened in a location, and the ones that are nearest will run, and they might say that they're chasing after a possible criminal or something of the sort, just to draw attention away from where they're really going. And then the other keepers, if they're further away, will happen to readjust their patrols at a hastened pace to the location.
That all
That's
makes
probably
sense.
what Emmett did.
Did the Blue Jays have anything like that? Sending stones, I mean.
Both sisters just kind of shrug. Amaranth thinks for a moment. We really should. And if we don't, what the hell is going on with our tax money? Not to get political, but
Again,
I'm happy-
your business, not ours.
It's going into Rivaldi's hair dye, of course.
Looks like a skunk. But I'm happy to make donations. I can make the damn things. Getting heated, sorry. But that does seem rather
See,
fit.
embezzling funds to build more secret passages inside his secret passages.
I must make this university even worse! Winchester Manor, eat my nuts!
I bring it up because the same method of organizing people could very easily be used to disorganize people if you had access to the right communication line.
All you need is one person who can do a half-decent impression.
This is true. And I mean, if we're talking about, I'm sorry, you're calling them, Amaranth kind of turns over, the invisible gymnast?
Yeah,
That's all we have to go on.
She's calling him that. We have not agreed on that.
You
All
haven't
we
agreed
know-
on.
yeah.
You have a
This- the
hard time
person-
agreeing on names, huh?
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, yeah, no. But it would, I mean, if the Blue Jays forgot things and were befuddled, it would certainly fit their methods and what we speculate of their motives, namely making the Blue Jays and Diletta look bad. Oh, don't roll dice.
Rosa pops in real quick. I think I know what might have happened. Well, considering the tactic I just mentioned before, with keepers coming to a certain location in a certain time frame, there's a very real chance that because the chain of command was disorderly for the Blue Jays, I wouldn't be surprised if Emmett or other keepers, as they made their way, informed the Blue Jays to remain out in the general public, strictly because, one, if all three organizations were to arrive in one location, that looks really bad. That makes it look far more dangerous and deadly. But it also keeps them out of the way, out of the know, and better yet, it keeps the public calm. The Blue Jays are still walking the streets. They're still doing their job. They're not reacting. Something's up with the keepers. They're just disorderly. Who cares about them?
No, so it's really that simple.
She shrugs. Maybe. Sometimes the simplest solution is the best one.
You're right. Our mind just sort of tends to drift towards conspiracy. I'm sure you can figure why. A lot of stupid problems seem to follow us.
Rosa thinks, I wouldn't be surprised if it was something of that caliber. I mean, as you're aware, keepers have a habit of procuring glory.
That is the nice way to put it, yes.
Sorry? Amaranth is like, you see her head like twisting back and forth as she's hearing voices and like kind of narrows her eyes of like, people like had a problem with each other, like a real one.
Wow, she's picking up on it. Incredible.
Well, she's like had it for a while, but she's like, social etiquette demands I can't ask. Right. Well,
that's in the past
in any
now,
case,
at least.
In any case, I will trust Madame Diletta in your care, but if I am able to assist, please let me know.
Do you have any messages you'd like to pass along to her?
Oh, well, it's not exhilarating or interesting, but I just hope that she's well. I will do my best to assist Pride in her absence, though understand I don't want her job. I have enough on my plate. Whew, no thank you. And whatever she needs, I will provide where I can.
All right.
That does remind me of payment, though, and I should have someone arriving fairly soon with it. And at that point, a fire giant comes walking in and has a pretty large sack with them.
Big ass bag of money.
Big ass bag of money.
Bag of money.
Hey, sorry, don't mean to be interrupting your eating. Kind of, like, because they don't really understand or read the room well, they just like pat Redpath on the shoulder. Nice work out there, kids. So,
He's about to bite into his sandwich. He just stops and looks up like,
What the fuck?
So, here is payment courtesy of Amaranth Hairsif, and sets the bag down in front of you. Ma'am, salutes and walks out. I do hope 6,000 platinum will be sufficient.
Good lord, what do we even need to rob your bank for?
You still need to rob my bank for that
yeah.
Can't say that publicly.
Yeah.
You're slipping now.
She just points, you almost got me.
Oh, you.
So you guys have real ass money!
Let's
Wow.
go!
So that's 15k gold for each of us, yes?
Yup.
Wow,
You
you
can get
guys.
real ass
That's a lot of
life.
money.
Yep.
Goddamn! I think we have now gained more gold in this adventure than the entire campaign prior to this.
I've had a hard time giving you money, and I'm realizing your numbers need to be bigger.
friends in high places. Leviara, my dears.
You scoff at our numbers?
Look, it's my fault. It's my fault.
I'm valid.
I understand.
Can I request that Nash and Dia make an opposed Constitution check to see who gets more of this yard-long meatball sub?
Sure.
Oh boy.
Oh my
Very
god,
important.
a wizard with con where this is actually maybe up in the air.
Humphrey, stop it.
He's hungry. Feed him. Give him an olive, please.
It's just like pecking a meatball like a woodpecker.
That is not nectar. You cannot have that.
I want meat juice.
Sipping marinara
Mother,
from
please.
the flour.
Okay, 15.
It's close, it's so close.
Oh,
It's the modifiers. I got you. Con
See,
Wizard.
I thought you were gonna say it's the montage, just like, yeah, man, live to win, Munch, till you die, Munch.
My tummy hurts much. Here, I think Bernice would get in on this. She likes a little competition.
She's gonna have an eating contest with herself.
That's okay.
The contest can be, Nash and Dia are competing over who gets more of the yard. Bernice is competing over, can she finish her entire yard long before the two of us finish ours?
Do any of you know how to enjoy food? Come on.
This is how I enjoy
pie
food.
eating contest.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. You see her take a bite of the sandwich and then, like, get a chunk of the cake and then grab another bite of the sandwich. That's the reason you beat her. She's, like, double fisting the food.
I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself.
That video of the guy taking bites from each sandwich in either hand.
This isn't eating. This is pure chaos.
This is heathenism.
Yeah, but thanks again. Boy, what are you guys gonna do now?
I'm going for a nap.
Practically speaking, though, I don't know what other leads we have at the moment, unless we just want to go harassing random Blue Jays.
Well, we have our 2 p.m. appointment to keep, but that doesn't require all of us.
2 p.m. appointment. Sorry, that's very nosy of me. She actually, like, covers her mouth.
That's right.
Oh, we're just we're looking into something to help us with our little our secret mission. Wink.
Yes. I guess. This might be a weird question, and I want honesty. Is the 6,000 platinum a sufficient payment, or is there something else I can do for you?
You could give us the compass.
I can't do that!
I don't want anything else. To be honest, having gone out on a limb on the university's behalf, what I most hope for is that I hope Doopsy will allow us, me, whoever, to take a look at the contents of the restricted section of the library.
Amaranth, Miles, you know, I technically have that authority.
Oh, really? I asked Doopsy about it casually before, and he cited you as an example of, like, even Amaranth hasn't seen the restricted section. I suppose he didn't specifically say you weren't allowed to, though.
He is correct. I haven't seen it. But more what I mean by that is normally I would need to have Doopsy's full-on approval. Doopsy's authority is in the air at the moment. That's not me trying to be mean or trying to push him out. It's just true. So that makes me essentially one of the highest ranking members of the school, and I can take you in there if you so need.
I appreciate that. I think I still want to ask Doopsy for it because he's gonna have enough things happening in the next however many days, weeks, months that undermine his authority and make him feel like he's not worthy of his position. I'd really like to go through him the way I would normally, rather than have him find me in there and say, oh, Amaranth said it was fine, and I figured I didn't need your permission, you know?
Amaranth nods. I really appreciate that. You're absolutely right. I respect that.
If you're just looking for general favors, though, if you can think of any ways to make the Blue Jays look good, be my guest.
Right. Not usually my area of expertise. And Rosa, like, fiddling with her cake. Yeah, don't ask me about that.
I would also take making the keepers look bad. No offense, Rosa. But
both are equally applicable.
Yeah, no, equally applicable, and honestly, fuck Emmett. I hate that guy. I don't know why. It's weird, like, there should, like, right now, in this exact moment, I think I like him less than Payne. And I think it's because he is a smarmy little ass, and he acts all friendly, but you know that he's a keeper, and he's gonna do some shit and ruin it for everyone.
It's okay, Tia, you can use indoor voice.
Sorry.
You see Ember Niece, like, kind of shrinking. She seems the sort that doesn't like yelling. She's just like, oh.
I mean, I can't really understand why you've come to that conclusion, but I'm willing to be convinced.
I don't know. I wish I could articulate it. It's just, I don't like... his attitude really rubs me the wrong way. It's like, it's...
Is it just because he's the only keeper who's ever spoken to us on kind terms while he was a keeper?
I'll tell you the reason. It's because he's like me. He has my old job. My old job, my responsibility was to make sure the crowd was... You're a crowd pleaser is your entire purpose. It's the reason that I was assigned to accompany Garen across the country. His reputation was a disaster until I got involved and started doing some PR work.
Well, alright then, if that is what your job was then, would you like to try and make the Blue Jays look good?
Well, my immediate thought would be to have the Blue Jays become a security measure for the Academy. I mean, that's a simple enough one.
Are they not already? I guess not, they weren't there.
They are called upon when necessary, and there are a few on campus, but, you know, let's be honest with ourselves. Do you trust Blue Jays to deal with summoned demons on accident or the unleashed elemental? Well, we have proof. No, you don't.
I could be convinced if they cleaned up their act a little.
Precisely. But the school will likely have already higher security measures thanks to wizards and warlocks and people of the sort, meaning it's an easy gig. They should be able to just walk around and look tough.
That is an excellent series of points. You're very good at this job.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all the keepers do normally anyway, so yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, that's what it is. It's because anytime we've been in a situation where public sentiment has thought well of the keepers, it has never been deserved and it has always ended badly.
Yep. Sorry.
I'm not thinking about you. I appreciate your attempt to fall on that sword, but no, I'm really not. I mean, honestly, most recently, I'm thinking about Sweetstone more than anything else.
Rosa just leans back in her chair. Yeah, I don't have the full details on that, but a little bit I did hear before I got ousted. It sounded like we'd lost complete contact with Leon Lionheart, or maybe even to the point where it's not even him.
He's fine.
Redpath is just rubbing his temples.
Yeah.
Short story, big mess.
Yeah, big mess. Long story that doesn't need to be told. It's just like, I thought we were going to have enough problems there, and literally the Keeper's presence only made things 10 times more difficult than it would have been if they just literally weren't there guarding the town in the first place. It's very frustrating. I don't want to see that happen here.
Amaranth crosses her arms. That's the worst part. They're actually being very helpful. They've been backing off when requested. They don't get too involved unless, demanded. And when we have needed them, they've put in the work. They have been quite useful.
Are they new here?
Keepers have been present for a while, but there was a surge of them showing up as there was more discussion of the possibility of leaving the coalition.
Honeymoon period.
Right. And There was one, they weren't a judge. It sounds like they were actually promoted to judge. A Magnus was their name, I believe. And Rosa leans back. Oh, do you know him? Yes, yeah, he is one of the newest judges because we're dropping like flies. And Rosa, Amaranth just kind of blinks a couple of times. Right, yeah, no. Magnus is this Orad individual who has quite the ego about himself, all about heroism, and his nickname is the Cataclysm. That's not very heroic. That's what I've been saying. But in any case, that's not surprising that he was removed from here. Amaranth nods. Yeah, no, he was quite the shit stirrer, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Was he from any family in particular that would give him the clout to do that, or is he just an idiot all around?
No, it was a situation of keepers wanted to get more involved with things. He didn't like when they were pushed back, and he escalated situations time and time again until Pride, and with Conrad Rivaldi, kicked him out.
Huh.
Essentially banned him from being in the city. But it wasn't too long after that that this Emmett fellow showed up and has been organizing them expertly.
So, what is his deal?
Both sisters tilt their heads. What, about Emmett?
Emmett, he's obviously a problem. He's been a problem, he's going to be a problem moving forward, clearly.
Well, he's who the keeper's
Is he something
answer
that
to
we
here
need to
for
deal
one.
with, or is he just a noble problem?
I mean, frustratingly, from how they've described it, it doesn't sound like he is a problem right now. He's a theoretical problem in that I don't trust any of this, and I'm sure when the other shoe drops, he'll be the foot in it.
Mm-hmm. And Rosa leans over. Emmett has a job that we call spinners. Their entire purpose is if there's a bad situation, find a way to get a silver lining in there, no matter what it takes. Emmett seems quite good at that, so if you provoke him, he might find a way to make it beneficial.
So the best way to deal with him is to ignore him.
Weirdly, maybe.
That works for me.
But again, maybe try to keep tabs on him. And
Certainly.
if you'd like, while I am not full-on a judge at the moment, and Amaranth kind of thinks about that. You don't know exactly what's going on in her brain, but there's definitely a reaction to that. If you want, I can try to make contact with them and offer my support and maybe try to keep some tabs on them.
Redpad just looks at the other three. He doesn't want to say anything.
Yeah, that sounds great.
If you want to do that, I don't know how you feel about keeper-related business right now. I'm sure it's a complex situation for you.
Yeah, it's,
Are you sure you're willing to do that? He seems like the kind of person who would bully you back out of the HQ.
I mean, where don't I get bullied?
That's what I'm saying. Will you
Amaranth.
actually be able to make any headway?
Amaranth immediately, turns over and pats Rose's hand. I won't let them. In any case, I'm happy to do it. I have a lot to fix. And if this is one way to do it, I'd like to try. But I also understand if, no, don't trust me. I get that.
For me, it's not a matter of trust. It's just whether this is going... You were on vacation, man.
Oh, I was for 12 hours. I mean, what? As if you guys have had a vacation. I know you've been busy. She just, once again, Amaranth's there's some real shit going on here.
It's true. All of our vacations do get cut short. It's only fair,
It's kind
I
of
guess.
hard to rest when every single person you encounter is trying to murder you.
I don't. I like you guys.
Yes, I know.
Thank you, Embernice.
Thank you.
Cool. Just want to make sure. Don't worry. There's no deep plots in here.
Coconut.
Coconut.
Become coconut.
Honk.
Ponk.
Amaranth stands up and Humphrey finally floats off of her head and kind of floats by her head. Well, I feel like I've taken up a lot of your time. Oh my god, sorry. If you don't mind, I would really love to go to bed.
Yeah, go catch a quick nap. Have a good time.
Oh, thank you. Again, thank you all so much. And if there is anything else that I can do, please let me know.
We'll keep that in mind.
These sandwiches, I can't grab the bird. I'm deleting the plates. I can't get the bird.
How big are the invisible boxes around those sandwiches and plates?
Oh, as you might have guessed, too big.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking gigantic, I'm sure.
I
can't get my There's some kind of force field.
There's some kind of force field. Here,
Sandwich.
Sandwich. So I can actually help you guesstimate this. So Embernice is a large token. That's large.
Perfect.
Oh
Her face.
Her face.
Cake girl.
But yeah, Amaranth stands up. Oh, well, lovely working with you. And best of luck with the horde. And she smiles and
I'm sure we'll
walks
need
out.
it.
Bye, Ami.
Amaranth just gives a little friendly wave and walks out with her cane.
You're real casual with her, unlike all of the workers in this establishment.
What? Oh, it's just, working with Amaranth for a long time, and, she also prefers a more casual approach. Just, that's all.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That wasn't at all suspicious.
Her eyes are just like looking all over the place.
Right.
Rosa looks over. Well, is there anything else that I can do for you?
I would like to catch a quick word with you, actually.
Ah. Secret conversation in the Hoagies of House Hairsif, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think all that was?
Where to discuss?
I don't know. This table?
I love these two. It's a relationship of all time, not in a romantic way, just a
Dynamic.
know each other.
Alright. Well, you brought up trust, and as it turns out, I trust you implicitly. You've been nothing but helpful as far as I'm concerned, so...
Oh, well, thank you.
Look, I'll level with you. I'll level with you as much as I can. Your prior organization had a lot of use for spin control. Ours does too. I don't know if you would want to continue working with us in the future, but Dia's taken this opportunity to extend hands before. I figured it's my turn.
I see.
Just
Quite
something
a-
to think about.
It's quite the job invitation here with the Hoagies.
I've never been much of one for mood setting, as it turns out.
No, I don't mind it. Although you did bring us a lovely candle. How romantic. But why are these here? She just like thinks
Yeah, that's
at them.
wildly inappropriate for the... I mean, they were trying to do their whole thing over there. They should have had candles.
They should have had candles. If you want, give me a persuasion check. Like this is not like a end all. Like even if you roll a natural one, this isn't a breaking point, but this is to like get her thinking about it more.
Yeah, sure. I don't have
Just a
whole
starting
lot of
point.
diplomacy, although I have any amount of diplomacy, which is, great.
Okay. She thinks about that for a moment. I obviously can't give an answer immediately. And the more I've been here, trying to have a vacation, I've had a lot of time to think about my previous profession, and I am leaning more towards calling it my previous profession. I haven't solidified that quite yet, just because I did make good money, and more importantly, I earned that. I realize that's a weird thing to say, considering, yes, they're bastards. But I worked my ass off here in Leviara, and I have nothing to show for it. Nothing. I am the black sheep of the family, because I am deathly afraid of the very magic they use. But there, at least, I had power. I had control. And it's scary to just let that go, even though it probably is the right decision.
I won't press the issue too much, though it's interesting to hear your experiences with hard work. I've been rewarded a lot more doing what I'm doing now. As it turns out, making a difference for the good of the world around you does make things a little bit easier.
It is its own form of payment.
Money's nice too, though.
Money's nice too.
Think about it. And I'm
I
sure
will.
we'll see each other again.
I'm sure we will. Thank you, Maze.
It was a pleasure, Rosa.
She just nods and just sits there and thinks for a bit.
At the Hearse of Hoagie shop.
That's right, the Hoagies of Housers.
So I am envisioning Rosa sitting there like that meme of SpongeBob in the diner.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, that is what I was picturing without knowing it was what I was picturing.
Alright, Embernice, last chance. You sure you don't want one more slice?
Oh, man.
Alright, take this one. Take this one. That's a yes.
Okay. I'll, fortitude save. Here I go. Yeah, I can do it.
Alright.
Yeah, I was playing it up for the audience.
Oh, okay. That is definitely the last one for
I'm
me.
gonna go get a box. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, what? Should we get cookies?
No.
Okay, they're big. They're good.
A slice of this back for Fez, I think.
I mean, you got plenty.
I would ask for a cookie, but no.
Right.
Looking at this huge piece of food that he can't have any of.
Oh, that's right. Do you want a different treat? Like, we could probably get you. They don't have just chocolate chip cookies and stuff like that. They probably have some sugar cookies.
Oatmeal cookie for baby.
Or oatmeal, probably. You're a big guy, though. She gives you like a light jab in the shoulder. Like, you can have a big cookie.
Maybe I want a big cookie.
Yeah, you earned it, man. Let's get you a big cookie. She stands up.
This is what D&D is all about.
This is what D&D is all about.
And then Red Path, you got up
I'm
here
sorry,
first.
just thinking of Ember News. He asked for no pickle.
He asked for a big oatmeal cookie.
He asked for a big cookie.
As they get up and walk off, Dia, leaving the last strawberry unguarded. Classic mistake.
You heathen. You heathen!
Yeah, Red Path, they're like, okay, so like you gotta clarify for me, like, are we talking a big box or a big box?
I would say this would count as, well, we've got about 60%. Big box just in case, because I think, yeah, that looks like people who want cookies anyway, even though I told them no.
Cookie.
Yeah, here they come. Okay, here. Here's your tip. He will give them 100G.
Oh shit. They both look at each other like, hey man, don't worry. Amaranth actually gave us a pretty hearty tip.
You're gonna take that. I've worked service industry my whole life. You're gonna take that and you're gonna use it for something good.
Oh, brother in arms.
God, 100 gold. That's probably more than the meal cost.
Yeah.
Even with all the yard sandwiches.
He takes the gold and is like, "Hey man, like next time you're here, your meal's free. Like, but make sure it's one of us, right? Like,
Yeah.
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 Okay. Peace out.
Yeah, peace out. Dude, that guy had a chef hat. He's real deal. Hello, boys. Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, okay, sorry, nerves just hit me really fast suddenly. Cookie, oatmeal.
They look at each other like, yeah, Bernice, we yeah, okay.
He's just like a caveman.
Oh!
Cookie.
And like to put in perspective of like the size of this cookie.
Yeah, yeah.
So Nash, they hand you this.
It's
just
this big cookie.
It's a big cookie. It's basically a dinner plate.
It's like the size of a personal pizza.
It is. And so you could pocket away that nice little oatmeal cookie.
It better not have raisins. Dog can't eat grapes.
Nope, it is just an oatmeal cookie. And Bernice puts her hands on her hips.
We did it!
Big
fatty.
cookie. Yeah.
Yeah!
High five.
Heck
He holds
yeah.
up his paw for a high five.
The kids.
She drops down to one knee and gives you a very gentle high five.
Yeah! Okay, well, this has been a lot of fun. I gotta go check on my uncle, make sure he's doing okay. And, did you also, yeah, don't worry, we knew. And they pull out this big sub. It's like a big tuna sandwich. It's a yard one. Yeah, my uncle really likes these ones. Okay, thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys. Oh,
Bye,
hi, Mace.
Bernice.
Bye.
Oh, sorry, I'll move.
Rose is like, I haven't thought of this yet. Like,
I know, I'm sorry.
it's fine. All right, and you put away the rest of the cake, and yeah.
Oh damn! I wanted to slide under it. It was on
Oh,
the token layer.
all right, well, there you go.
No, dear, please don't ruin this.
Cake!
Delicious cake.
Yeah. So I guess what I'll do then is I will move you guys over to the Leviara backdrop. All right.
Sleep.
Gone. You guys are all...
Gone with the hogtag captain.
Boop. I'll change the music.
Gone with sugar and the pickles and the flypaper.
You ever meet a fellow by the name of Hill?
Hill?
Yeah, you come outside. It's like probably noon, 1-ish, roughly, give or take.
Okay, that's just enough time for me to get a power nap in.
Well, we've got a 2 o'clock to get to. Somewhere.
He looks over at you. There are thousands of years in his eyes.
Is the hotel on the way-ish? It is, right? Because we go down to the hotel and then over to the
I
prison?
believe
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, you certainly can, because like you can, basically you can go through some of these paths to get to the Siren Song, and then there's plenty of these little like under these little tunnel things
Oh yeah,
that
we
like
can use the
lead.
warp gate to get from one
Yeah.
lion to the other.
Yeah, easy.
Easy.
You are also right next to Kabloom. And that doesn't even need to be a full scene. But
Yeah,
if you
can
want,
we pick
you
up
can-
our goo?
Yeah, so she has not finished the big boy, but she has made for you. Let me go grab those details. Ba-da-ba-ba. Come on. Ugh. Copy paste is not my friend today. Okay. Input radius. DC.
get the bar. Had to get down.
18. Yes, that looks correct. Yeah. And you have, because of how many you brought for her, you have 6 ice bombs. They deal 8d6 cold damage in a 10-foot blast radius, and the DC. Oh no, that's not reflex. That's fortitude because they're cold.
Ooh.
Wow.
DC 18 fort save.
DC 18
And we
fort
have 6
save.
of them.
And the other key thing that they do is when they detonate, they will make that 10-foot square also be difficult terrain because it becomes slippery.
Which is pretty handy.
Is that someone typing them into their inventory?
That's me putting it in here.
Okay.
Yep. AB.
Awesome.
Flare
When we
debonair.
start throwing these around, we'll be sure to say that we bought them here.
Well, I appreciate that a lot, but if you're criminals, I still do it. I don't want to close the door to my clientele.
Yeah, I thought that
Alright,
would be your
so
stance.
I figure what we should do then, we should give 3 of them to one person and then 3 or 1 each to the other 3 people.
Yeah,
Well,
that makes sense.
as we've well established, non-violent takedowns are not my specialty, so...
Okay.
On the other hand, the person who in a combat scenario is most likely to, like, not really have anything immediately. Well, no, I guess if Redpath's healing, I'm trying to think of, like, who is the most likely to get to their turn and be like, well, the best thing I can do is just chuck a bomb. I think it's either Maze or Redpath.
Okay.
You want to, like, rock, paper, scissors for it, or...?
I mean, we could do 2 Maze, 2 Redpath, and then 1 for Dia Nash.
Yeah,
That's fine.
That works.
yeah, okay, let's
That's
do that.
simple.
Well done, team.
We
job,
did
you
it.
did
We
it.
figured it out.
Proud
Doctor?
of you. Doctor.
Doctor?
But yeah. Oh, it's a lovely early afternoon for you guys.
Yeah, alright, I guess...
We need to at least stop off at the hotel so I can drop this off.
Sure.
Yeah.
This cake weighs like 10 pounds.
It's on
I'll
the way.
carry the cake. It's not a big deal.
Okay. Is there anything that you would like to do at the hotel specifically, or is it just dropping off cake and things like
I
that?
think Redpath does want to try and catch a quick nap, but, like...
If he can't even get in a half-hour nap, he'll just like splash water on his face and then just scream into the mirror for a bit.
Yeah, you can definitely get a nap. Like I'm not gonna fuck you over on that. That much is doable. But yeah, so in that case, Redpath has a power nap, like lays on the pillow and immediately just zonks out.
He have a headache.
Oh no. What?
He is going to deliver Fez a slice of the cake.
Nice. Yeah.
I would have liked to bring one to Duchess, but it is not the right kind of food for her.
It is not. Duchess also does. Maybe I should just move you guys over there.
Yeah, no, you want to talk with us? Yeah, let's...
Yeah, I guess we
can
should
boogie.
just, because I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll just wrap up what we need to do and then we can zip on over to Doodly Doo.
Yeah, because whatever cake is not being taken by other people, Redpath is going to leave that with Garen and Andrin. Because that is Andrin cake right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's crazy girl cake.
crazy girl cake.
Cake for crazy girls.
Andrin has enough cake.
Yeah,
Ah,
kind of got a big ass.
a big ass.
Duchess, no surprise that Fez is immediately like, ooh, and just very happily chows down on this massive cake. And Duchess looks over. Just as a reminder, this might be more for Redpath when he is conscious. I was brought here to do a very specific task, and I feel like Garen is actively pushing it off.
He just kind of rolls over in the bed a bit. I wasn't asleep yet.
I suppose it would help if we left, huh?
No, it's fine. Yeah, I'll talk to him about it, but also I imagine this isn't really... In my mind, this wasn't going to happen until we talked to the man on the hill.
Oh, you wanted to wait that long?
Yes, because then at least we would know as much as we can going into it.
Duchess nods. All right.
Is
I
that
will
all right
trust-
with you?
No, that's fine. I just had assumed that this would be an immediate task. Let me make this abundantly clear. I don't mind either way. I just was under the assumption that this was an immediate task. But if it's not, that gives me more time to truly solidify the process, make sure, and I'm quite certain I do have everything. I went and spoke with that Flare Debonair girl once again, and gave me quite the nice deal. Apparently, it pays to have friends in the business. Apparently, Mr. Lurie had mentioned us and made sure that all of our expenses were covered in that regard.
Oh, that's nice. Yes, I figure just better be safe than sorry. Very,
Right.
very sorry.
Good to know. Then in that case, I will enjoy, maybe I'll go for a walk. I don't know.
It's a beautiful
you-
place.
Do you want to see the university? We just cleared out the eyeball mind control creatures.
Is she even gonna be allowed in?
I don't think I'd be allowed in.
Yeah, but you could look at the building. It's a nice
Well,
building.
that's not what that's not what I meant by see the university. Come on.
I actually didn't know that's what you meant. I assumed they wouldn't let her in.
Why shouldn't they let her in?
Actually, you know what I might do? She looks over you. I think I'll go up to the Lurie estate and see what I can do for them. I'm dreadfully curious about how
he
they...
would love that, I'm sure.
I think he would. She smiles. I am admittedly very curious about this process involving the fusion of animals. I've been thinking about it more and more, and it sounds similar to things that you have maybe not directly engaged with, but there's been more discussion of in the last couple months. So, yes.
And I'm sure it'll just be more fun hanging out there than here anyway.
I mean, I don't mind being in one location for a long period of time. It is, she kind of squints, a little bright for my taste. But I have my umbrella. She pulls out this beautiful, very gothic umbrella. And you see the top of it has a raven skull as the point.
That's very extra. It's very good.
Very her.
It's very her. Yes. So, that is where I will likely be. I will obviously be back later on in the day. Is there anything that I can do before you head out?
Yeah, probably clear out so Redback can catch his nap.
Very well then. Fez, thanks. Well, the academy's all borked right now, so I probably can't do any studying there.
Yeah, they're probably still investigating it right now, I guess. But hopefully it'll reopen later today or maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Luries are planning a play. Maybe you could go catch that when it opens.
Oh, the Ledoux.
Ledoux,
Yeah.
sorry, my bad.
They wave their hands. They're similar names. Yeah, that sounds fun. Yeah. Okay, we'll just make a day of it. And Fez stands up and takes Duchess's hand, who is immediately like, "What have you done? What is this?"
You know, Fez, you should consider for sure tagging along to the Lurie estate. When we were up there, I asked Karstock Lurie if he would consider taking on someone as like a journeyman or like a study buddy. And well, I mean, thinking back to the research you were doing when we first met, is that something that would be of interest to you? He's certainly one of the leading experts on biology.
Yes, absolutely. If you're all right with that, Duchess shrugs like, "Why would I say no?" Can you imagine for a moment? What would I gain from such a thing besides showing my power? But like, what power is that? No, I'd love to have a guest because I have a feeling I will be exhausted with Karstock after a couple of hours. So having some quieter energy would be appreciated. Okay, yeah. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a full examination of the entire premises to see what kind of animals they have and the combinations of them. We're going to need to check out the various alchemical goods that they have and just like, oh, fuck me. Yes. Yes.
Don't forget to say hi to Bubber while you're there.
And you notice that Duchess even has like a, what's a bubber?
Yeah. Oh, just ask Karstock. He'll be delighted to show you.
You can hear the very soft whoo on the winds.
You can hear the very distant.
The ghost pub of Leviara.
All right. So, I'll bring you guys back to the Leviara backdrop. What do you guys want to be doing now? Where are you going?
We have an appointment to keep.
I think it's time we went to the prison to talk to Lenny the Hunch.
All right.
The one that I'm a little bit concerned about is him knowing we were there at any point to talk to anyone.
It's not his business. Fuck him.
Oh, fuck that guy.
He already hates us. I feel like we're already in a position where, like, he's aware that we're here. He knows we're meddlers, and he, like, probably personally despises us. So, like, I don't think that changes if he finds out we, like, went to the prison to talk to people. The next level of badness we can incur from him is if we give him a legal reason to, like, arrest us or something.
And this
You
is
talk to my wife! Die!
He is waiting for it.
That's the only reason I'm a little apprehensive, because I know this guy's waiting for it.
But this is all above board, baby.
Sorry, we have a warrant?
Let's see here. So, is everyone going to Hushstone, or is it going to be just a handful of you, or?
God, would they even let 4 people in to interview, like, inmates?
So I'll say this. If 4 people go, it gets suspicious.
Yes.
Especially if it gets word around that, like, hey, these are the guys that, like, saved the university and stuff like that. What's their name? We don't know.
We need a team name.
Yeah, how's about, I mean, God, I would love to have Maze go and chat, but you're absolutely right for the reasons that you listed. So maybe it should be the ones who don't have clout going in there.
I mean, it would also be really funny if specifically word got back to Conrad that you were here.
I mean,
Not
that
even
is
us,
true.
but
I would love that personally.
Yeah, it'd be funny. It's up to you.
There's all different ways we could split this up.
I mean, you're right, though. We certainly aren't all going.
Alternatively, yeah, we could send one person to talk to Lenny the Hunch and have other people, like, I guess you could check with Diletta. You could start running a PR campaign on our behalf now that it'll start becoming public knowledge that we saved the university.
Oh, yeah, going to catch a word with Diletta seems like a good thing for Nash to be doing with his time.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that sound good, Nash? You want to be going over to Diletta?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody else will come with, like, but Nash would like to check up on her.
Yeah, someone else come with, yeah. That way we can split the party, Smile.
Yeah.
We will split in the party, Smile.
Alright, I'll go with the boy.
Okay. So,
Seems like Red Path isn't particularly interested in the prison anyways.
No. You remember when I was in jail? I didn't like it.
We can get
No, man, I just told you I didn't like that.
I know you said you have to, for Andrin, but like one piece of cake for Diletta.
Yes,
yes. Easily done.
Israel.
Easily done. Like, those cakes are...
They're huge.
Huge. Big cake.
Andrin
is
doesn't
gonna
need
be
all
like,
that
but
cake.
what about me? I can bake you a cake later.
Garen will be confiscating half of that cake anyways from Andrin.
Mm-hmm.
No, stop that. That's too much cake. I don't like it.
It's going to give you cavities.
Ew. Ew.
Disgusting.
All right. You should eat
You
something
know
healthy
Evan
like...
Moore doesn't have dental.
You should eat something healthy, like cheesecake. It's dairy. So, you guys come on. So I should ask, do you have disguises at all, or are you just coming in as yourselves, or what? And also, pretty important, what time do you get here?
Well, okay, so the reason it's a 2 o'clock appointment, quote unquote, is because that's when we know Conrad has an appointment somewhere else. So I think probably what would make the most sense would be if we got here at like 15 minutes ahead of time and kind of like
Hid in a bush.
Loitered in the vicinity to see if we can spot Conrad leaving to go somewhere else, and then, not enter until either we see him leave or it's like 2:05.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sense.
Yeah, so you guys get here a little bit early. And no surprise that the woman at the front desk kind of waits you out. Oh, hi, hello.
Hello. Oh, well, okay, so we were gonna wait outside while it was early.
Oh,
because
you're waiting outside.
Because if we go in and wait, then if he hasn't left yet, he will see us as he leaves, which we do not want.
No.
Got it. So, with that, okay, my misunderstanding there.
That's okay.
Clarity is important.
You see at about like 10 minutes before 2, Rivaldi does come out, and he very focused in his path, and just makes his way into the city.
Actually, yeah, DL turns to Maze. Hey, crap. I know we split into twosies.
Uh-huh.
Do you think there's any merit in one of us seeing who he's meeting with? I asked the secretary here yesterday, but the way she talked about it kind of made it sound like this was on the books, but semi-secretive.
There's probably some merit to that, though if one of us does it, it's gonna be you, because if he catches me, he will kill me on the spot, I think.
You might be right. He does seem to reserve a greater amount of dislike for you than the rest of us, which is considerable.
I was told very clearly not to fuck with him, which has already long since failed, so...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I think, Yeah, no, I never made an appointment here. I just asked when I could make an appointment to find out that this was not a time when I could make an appointment. So I guess there's no reason it has to be me. Sure. Yeah, I can follow your dear old not dad, and then and you can talk to Mr. Hunch.
Sounds like a plan.
We are further split in the party.
Nothing can possibly go wrong. We will not go over.
Okay, so with that knowledge, who do we want to follow first then?
I have to pee.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Compelling argument.
so you know what? Let's just take a break. Let's just take a little break.
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
And we'll figure this out.
Oh my god. That gives me time to heat up some raviolis. Fuck yeah.
Go, 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 go.
Ravioli.
I think whoever is tailing so Dia's tailing Rivaldi. I think it probably makes more sense. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna find, but without any knowledge, I would say it feels like it makes sense to start with the people other than Dia, simply because I feel like there's the most suspense and, we don't know what to expect is going to come out of that. We have at least some idea of what to expect might come out of talking to Lenny the Hunch, and the other people are just visiting Diletta, so, like, theoretically, we want to save the most dramatic scene for last, question mark?
That makes sense. Yeah.
I guess I'll take this opportunity to get some water and use the bathroom as well.
I'll stay with chat. How goes it, chat? Oh boy, oh boy. Thank y'all for popping on by. Hey, 167 viewers. I really appreciate that, folks. Thank y'all for coming out. That's wonderful.
It's great. It's a little weird because when you're on the internet, that doesn't seem like a big number, but in actuality,
It's a huge amount.
that's a huge number.
That's like that's like the number of parents that go watch their kids do band in 6th grade.
Yeah, that's like a like a middle school play amount of people.
You're talking about our auditorium of viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
170?
Yeah,
Hot damn.
that's a lot. Thank you all so much for showing your support by coming out here. I suppose we'll thank you early.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
like,
thank
take
you
out
again
5
later.
of those. Like, take out 5 of those, because we're in chat. We don't count. We're not viewers.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, Phantom Menace is happy to be here.
Oh, a first time chat. Well, happy to have you.
First time chat, we see you. We see you.
Skipped, I am 37 of them.
It would be amazing if you had 37 different accounts just to watch Ebon Ward.
Oh, Veggie's here. Veg, you don't have mod power? I should give that to you. I trust you.
Should you?
Yeah.
Should you?
Ban Veggie BLT, mod Veggie BLT.
2 roads diverge in a yellow wood.
There you go, buddy.
Oh. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be kooky.
Yeah.
The session started off pretty talky, but now we're hitting the gas on like multiple
Things.
different plot threads at once.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens after a big dungeon, and especially when it's like a political problem where it's like, well, we have to talk about this. Like, it would be insane if Amaranth went, well, good job, kids. Here's money. Here's a hoagie. I'll see you tomorrow. And then left.
Bye-bye.
Like, that would be insane.
This is true.
Plus, it's nice to just have a chill chat after 3 sessions of Dungeon.
Oh yeah, it was great. I appreciate being able to talk to these characters, and much like Rube, I also appreciate the Maze Rosa dynamic, as out of left field as it may be.
It's so out of left field, but it like feels right.
I'm
And
back.
it's a dynamic of all. They're just them both commenting on the candle on the table, like.
Oh boy. I think we're just waiting on Civ at the moment.
This is true. Has there been made a connection from the university problem to the dock problem? Not at the moment, though they did sound like
No.
similar problems. If that one has magically been solved, then that would be
Very convenient.
very convenient.
Given that we didn't find anything when we were investigating to imply that connection, I am inclined to think it does not exist, and
I
they're
would also be
entirely
inclined
separate
to think
problems.
I hope Diletta isn't going sicko mode since we left her at the docks. I will fight you!
Hacha!
On guard.
So, Diletta actually doesn't have very good spells, to be perfectly frank. Like, one of her spells is to make people fall in love temporarily. Like, that's the kind of shit she has.
Behold,
Diletta.
love!
Ooh, no, not my.
And Ray of
not my
Frost!
I
fridge
know
top.
I assume because you said love, it's not this spell, but it would be very funny if Diletta knew unnatural lust.
No, it's not unnatural lust. It's something else.
It's
Let me-
unnatural
Like, just 'cause-
fifis.
Just because, like, in universe, sorcerers don't really choose what spells they know. They just kind of develop them and realize they can do them. So if she, with her personality, was like, oh, good, why is this one that I can do?
So she does actually have unnatural lust.
Let's go!
Hooray!
But the spell I was talking about is called Matchmaker.
Oh, that's cute.
You entice the target creatures to become romantically interested in one another. Each creature saves and applies all spell resistance separately, blah, 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 blah. And it does last 1 hour per level. So
That's a long time.
That's a
She'd
long
give you a
long
little
time.
crushy crush, but only for a bit.
That's like
Yeah.
that's like one long date in a fanfic.
Mm-hmm.
Also, is this really our break music?
well, people are back.
Yeah, we're back now. But-
Dun,
Ravioli.
dun, do, 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 do,
Fine, all right.
ravioli, dun, Don't.
Here,
This is the intense sound of eating ravioli.
Yeah,
Here.
okay. All right, thank you.
yeah, cool.
You treating my
breaks over.
meal like
Okay.
child's play?
No. No. So, Dia. Alright. I hope I don't.
Huh?
All right. Back
Time
to
to
it
go
then.
follow the extremely suspicious and deadly lawmaster. I hope I don't. Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get candlejacked there, buddy.
All right. Yeah, so I guess we'll start with Damaze.
Yeah, sure. We can start with the Maze. Maze walks in. He's gonna do truly the laziest attempt at a disguise, and it's not a new trick. He's gonna flip his cloak inside out. It's pink cloak Maze.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Pink wizard?
I mean, fair enough.
The gay wizard.
Alright, well, that should throw them off my trail. It won't.
It's Blue Jays, so maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, you come on up, and this woman sets aside her little pen. What can I do for you?
Hello. I'm here to speak with an inmate, if that's within my right to do.
It should be. I mean, it depends. Who are you hoping to speak with?
So I lamp have forgotten his name. Were it not for the break, I would have held on to it.
His name is Leonard Hunch, but everyone just calls him Lenny the Hunch.
I'm here to speak to a Lenny the Hunch.
Leonard. Okay. Yes. Okay. I don't see why not. Kind of tilts her head and thinks about that. By chance, are you affiliated with Oleander?
Maze reaches around and pulls out Pride's pen. I'm actually more in line with Pride.
Excellent. All right. She's like, oh, because Oleander had made some restrictions to talking to him, or at least the request. I mean, to be fair, it did involve the Horde and
No,
whatnot.
that does make sense.
But if you're with Pride, I mean, he is in charge of port security, and the man was a pirate. So, yeah, that should be just fine. She smiles. Excuse me. She leans over. Can you go get Leonard? Yeah, I'm on it. And he leaves and comes back. And then this guard on the left actually comes up with their eel hound. If you'd come with me, sir.
Of course.
Yeah, you know, it's protocol and things like that. Also, if you're curious, this is Matilda. Just like rubs the eel's head.
Hello, Matilda.
Yeah, no, she doesn't bite, but she does shock. No, stand on there.
Of course.
No, but she will kill you.
Right now, I got it.
You see him like press a button, and you see all of the runes ignite, and you see all of your magical items light up. Right, if you don't mind, just temporary, if you'd leave your magical doodads and weapons with me.
Sure. Don't lose them, alright?
I ain't planning on going far, mate. So,
See,
all right.
the guy says that, but when he realizes he's holding like 30,000 gold worth of stuff, wouldn't it be perfectly viable for him to be like, well, I'm skipping town?
Yeah, I mean, fair. He opens the door for you, and then another Blue Jay comes in and is like, if you don't mind, we normally have like one person at least in the room just to keep an eye on things.
Of course.
Much appreciated. So, you have a seat anywhere. I'm sure Leonard will be brought in shortly. And he just stands over there. And it's not too long until you see the doors on the other side open with... There's his icon.
Ah.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
you're a
unique.
charming fellow, aren't you?
Yeah. And then Leonard sits down. I feel like I need to have some different music. Let's do. Nope, not that one. No, that's a little ominous. Nah, we'll just stick with that. This gentleman sits down. He looks a little busted up. Clearly, a pirate's life is for him. And plops down, and you see that the Blue Jays, they give you space, but they are clearly making themselves visible, so you know they're present.
Of course.
This guy sits down in front of the glass panel. Right, as much as I love a chit chat, who the fuck are you?
I suppose introductions are in order. Hello there.
Yeah.
My name is Maze Myers.
Maze Myers. Pleasure, sir. Still, even with the name, shocker. Not sure who the fuck you are.
That's not terribly surprising.
Yeah, Lenny the Hunch. You can call me Lenny. Hunch, the Hunch, Leonard. Whatever.
No preference?
Eh.
Alright, Lenny then.
Sounds good, mate. So, what you want? He just like leans back in his chair.
A few things, and I'm sure I won't take too much of your time.
Oh, gentlemen.
I'm sure you're very busy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, mate.
Yeah. So, I'm here on behalf of Pride Lionheart. There's been some unfortunate goings-ons down at the dock, a lot of it involving your men, and they don't seem to be, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't seem to be all in their right mind. Something about, a curse, mayhaps?
I've been on the sea long enough, I can tell you. Curse? No, not so much.
Alright then.
What I would describe it as is, magical bullshit, probably.
Yeah, see, I was hearing about it. It did sound like magical bullshit.
Yeah, it probably is. So, my thinking is the most recent shipment that we brought in, looks over his shoulder, may not be exactly on the level.
Yeah, I more or less heard the same thing from some of the people down at the docks.
Right, and I can't believe people would assume that of me. And smiles, and actually has like perfect teeth. It's very strange.
Shocking.
I'm just a little guy.
Just a little guy. But I assume you're planning on taking care of that then, yeah?
That was the hope, yes.
Oh,
And we
that's
didn't...
why they...
Oh, go on.
I was going to say, that's why they call me the Hunch. Got a knack for it.
Yeah, we didn't want to go charging in there without all of the information, and proper channels are pretty helpful sometimes.
Right. You know, I could probably be more useful not in here. Just a thought, mate. Just a hunch.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah. You think on it. Anyways, so... Obviously, I can't give you the exact specifics of who is getting what, just because it's contraband, and especially considering it's a city of nobles, you keep it on the DL, especially because you want repeat business.
Yeah, I wouldn't inquire about that anyway. Who was getting it is not really the center of the issue.
Right. Well, I know for a fact that in one of them boxes, probably even unloaded into the cargo hold at this point, someone wanted these weird orbs.
Orbs, huh?
Orbs, you know, spheres, balls. What do you want to call them?
I get the picture, yeah.
Yeah, you just had a question mark on the end, so I figured I'd clarify.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, what they do precisely, I don't know. But they had kind of a rainbow effect to them, you know? But they were only glowing in the dark, you know? So once you open them up and you had a torch nearby, they just look like regular, just kind of gray orbs, nothing fancy. But in the dark, they got a nice shimmer to them. Probably the reason that they're wrapped up as tight as they were. Now, I must admit, I took a peeky poo when I probably shouldn't. So, oopsie poopsie. And maybe I didn't wrap it right, but I feel like after that is when it started to become more noticeable. I didn't want to bring it up to me crew because they're a bunch of daft bastards. You tell them there's a shiny thing that made my brain hurt, they're all going to go touch it and make their brains hurt.
That makes
But
sense, yeah.
But, based on the fact I'm in here, I would wager it didn't matter.
I mean, how do you figure?
Well, I don't make a habit of punching guards for funsies to prove a point I would never try to make.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that's where I'm kind of sitting. Well, I'm sitting here. That being said, there's only a few individuals who would want to dabble with magic of, I assume magic of that caliber. It's, you know, university folk for the most part. But, doesn't seem right, you know?
I mean, it is an odd shipment, just a box full of orbs.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I will note, it's the first time we've had this client. Brand new.
Really?
Normally, if you're dealing in contraband, you make a couple of deals with some folks and boom, bada bing, you've kind of got a, regular, as it were. Not often does someone appear out of the blue, make one request, and then that's it.
And do you just not have, like, a vetting process, or did they get through it?
They got through it. We have a lot of, basically, listen, we got this thing, it's basically Pirate Bay here, right? So you have people go through, they meet with our distributors, our point of contacts. They make sure that all those people remain anonymous. They send it my way with a list of what we're picking up. Don't ask who it's for specifically, just make sure it gets to the location at the specified time, yada yada. Well, it probably hasn't been moved yet because I can't give the order.
That makes sense. So,
So.
do you know where it is then?
Well, it's probably still in the cargo hold on the docks. It would also explain why people are acting the way they are. Now, which cargo hold specifically, that's where it gets a little dicey, because, well, let me think about that. Lenny, roll an intelligence check. He's a clever fellow in this line of work. Based on the size of it, so I should clarify what this thing even looks like. So, it's about the size of a crate you'd probably use for like a wine bottle, right? But it's long ways. And when you crack it open, each of the orbs are actually in another box, tightly wrapped up in really fancy silk. I've never seen this shit before. Honestly, the silk to me is probably worth more. Never seen anything like it. Shimmers. But, so because it's a smaller crate, it's probably in hold 2F, if I had to guess. Yeah. No, so if you go there, I can't really give you permission to go in there. But if you came here thanks to pride, I'm sure you could pop on in. Yeah. Just go looking for that specifically, because if you start poking your nose around too much, the guys who get paid better than your guards are gonna maybe intervene.
No, that makes sense, but having a specific spot to look should give me a lot of credibility.
Right. I do hope that helps, Maze.
I think it will. And for what it's worth, it seems that you're mostly in here on other terms. I'll see if I can't try and arrange you getting out if...
Oh, best luck with that, bruv. I would appreciate it, though, because, yeah, sure, I got in here because, well, popped a couple guards in the face. I was winning.
I'm sure you were.
But Oleander caught wind that I was in here, and he was not going to let that shit slide.
Now, you sort of have a bad rap with him. Something about breaking into the Horde of House Hersov?
I got far, mate.
How far? Like far, far?
He smiles. I got to the incinerator. Oh, it's a fuck-off bad name. And I didn't know what it was called until later. But yeah, I got to the fucking incinerator.
I'm gonna let my imagination run wild for a second. Is it some sort of lava elevator?
No. It's just a regular old elevator, mate. Something's wrong with it. I don't know. So, we got lucky when we got in there. You really want to know this, though, don't you?
I'd certainly like to, yes.
Can you get me out?
I'll do what I can.
Then I'll wet your whistle for interest. We got lucky getting down there, because I think you're going to need a really high-ranking person to even have a chance of lowering that elevator, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Other thing, the moment we got past a certain threshold, the temperature skyrocketed, way worse than any part of the island, to the point where we didn't want to wear any metal on us anymore. It got that bad. Not to mention, couldn't breathe.
That's pretty serious.
Mm-hmm. It was real bad. That's why, especially when we saw the river of lava, we realized we might be a little in over our heads.
Can't exactly back out at that point, though.
Well, you can, because elevator goes up.
Oh, well, that's nice, at least.
Yeah, so...
Is that what happened? You just walked out with your tail between your legs?
Well, I saw a couple giants who made eye contact with me, and as well as a couple of weird little bastards. They, look like lizards.
Really?
Just smoke pouring out of their mouths and came sprinting at us on all fours like little geckos. It's actually kind of neat if it wasn't terrifying. And so I got back to the incinerator before them, and my other blokes who went to a way worse prison than me. But yeah, no, something ain't right there. If you do decide to go dabbling in that area, you're gonna need probably oxygen or some means to keep cool, because I felt like I was dying just being there.
It sounds horrifically oppressive.
Oh yeah,
But
not good.
Thank you so much for reliving the bad memories with me, for, the sake of interest.
Yeah, and I'm happy to tell you more about my endeavors if you do happen to get me out of here, yeah?
Like I said, I'll do what I can. But you've been helpful. I'll try as hard as I can manage.
Right, put your back into it.
I plan on it.
And he stands up. Yeah, I'm done here. Went to college with him. Is this like bullshitting this guard?
Interesting guy.
Yeah, Rube.
What do you want? Get my embarrassment out in public.
I can't believe you guys are making fun of a guy for going to a pie eating contest, and this guy likes pie. What's the problem here?
All right, cool. So, I think what we'll do then is we'll switch over to a nice little. Unless there's something else you wanted to do, Maze.
Other than get my shit back now.
Nope. There's no fuss, no problem. You immediately get your stuff back, and they escort you out very pleasantly, and that's that.
Fantastic. Thanks, Pride. Thank you so much.
You gotta go into Rivaldi's office and piss on his chair.
Yeah, well, I've got time, right?
Yeah.
Get on Deborah's desk.
So, and then I'll ping one more time. Yeah, you guys come in and you find that Diletta. She's in way more casual attire, like basically sweatpants, too big of a t-shirt.
Medieval sweatpants, let's go.
Yeah, no, just whatever that might entail.
Ye old loungewear.
And she has been happily just like reading what looks to be some books on enchantment and things of the sort, and she seems to have her little kit out and working away. It seems that Chad Orc might have gone to her house to get all the bits and bobs.
Of course, Chad Orc would. What an angel.
Yeah, looks like you've been a busy bee.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's not a whole heck of a lot I can do in here. Don't worry, I've also been working on a speech to talk to the people and calm them down. Because that is terrifying. And it sounds like more things have been happening in my absence.
Oh, well, I highly doubt they're because of you. Now, if this is a problem that's, Diletta sourced, oh boy. You're on your own.
Oh, I know. I certainly hope not.
Don't think it is. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But how are you boys doing?
Looks over at
Ooh.
Nash.
Tired day. Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nash.
Yeah. We both tired.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big problem, but fixed, so...
Well, what else would you expect when you guys are on the case? And she, like, does little finger guns.
He grins.
But, yeah, no.
Her
So,
getting fight with Doopsie, worst mistake
oh
ever.
my God, you had to... Is he evil?
No.
Things would have been easier if he were. Maybe not.
I don't
Oh,
think we
dear.
could emotionally handle if Doopsie was evil for real.
Maybe you wouldn't.
Maybe you.
There was,
Path is dead inside.
I don't get it all the way, but there was demon problem, and they were like control body stuff.
Oh, dear. I never heard of that before.
Yes, it seems to be a new occurrence. Kind of
Great.
sprung up out of nowhere. We're still investigating the cause and such.
Well, I look forward to having to bring that up to the public. I'm sure there will be no negative reception to that.
Well, you'll have Amaranth's help for that, at least partially.
Oh, really?
Yes, she is. It seems like she's taking the bull by the horns with this, and Oleander and Rivaldi are pretty keen on reprimanding Doopsie severely about it, but she's going to try and intervene, so, once all of this mess is cleared up, I would say, definitely get in contact with her about that. She also said, something wishing you well. I don't remember exactly.
She gets a big cheesy smile. Oh, that sounds like Ami, all right. Well, thank you very much for delivering that message. Not too surprising that Oleander would be so aggressive with the whole political going after someone, making sure that they get reprimanded and things of the sort.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Diletta thinks about that. And, have the Blue Jays been doing better?
No. What is the communication method that you typically use with them and pride to, I suppose?
I mean, some do have sending stones. Like making enough for a whole force is a bit expensive, and not to mention, you know, depending on how the enchantment is done, people might be able to listen on in and things of the sort. So we're trying to update them as often as possible.
Oh, okay.
Well, you got to figure if one god happens to misplace their sending stone, well, congratulations. Now whoever's got it knows exactly. So
Me thinking back to Sweetstone.
Yeah.
And the keep.
Yup.
We've done that multiple times.
Yup. Which is why they try to limit how many they hand out, because someone butterfingers it and you have to replace the entire platoon's set of sending stones. It sucks. So, you know, there's that. And, I mean, we do also have some runners, and we do have some messenger blue jays, if necessary. Actual birds, I should clarify. They are trained in a way to track down just blue jays in general. I mean, if we taught them to go after individual people without seeing their faces, my God, that'd be quite impressive. But that much they can do.
So, currently, with the situation that happened at the university, the Blue Jays seem to have mostly entirely been unavailable for that, whether that was through some sort of error in communication on their part, or meddling from possibly the keepers or another third party, as yet to be determined. Definitely something you're going to want to talk to Pride about, though I imagine he's probably going to be indisposed for most of the evening, since his sister was at the university when things happened, and so was he, so,
Oh dear.
they're fine. Maybe not
okay.
emotionally, but they're unharmed.
I mean, is anyone emotionally all right now? She just like deflates. Thank you though. I definitely. That is a question though. When can I go back out in public so that I can, talk to the folks and try to clear things up and also, speak with Pride?
Well, I feel like the general public, that's going to have to wait until we at least have some idea of who the individual who tried to harm you in the streets was. But we could definitely see about setting up something with Pride where he can come and talk to you, or at least get some messages to you.
That would be appreciated.
You'll need to discuss the goings-on and how to handle the Blue Jays moving forward, because it seems like there need to be some readjustments there.
That makes me think. I don't know if Pride's talked to you about this at all. Have we found the Blue Jay that killed the first keeper?
No, it hadn't been made a point that was something we should look into.
I mean, I feel like talking to them would be useful, right? Like figure out why he did it?
Well, that individual may be currently in the jail, wouldn't you say? Yes?
She thinks about that. You don't know. You haven't heard a report of the guy being captured and arrested.
Yeah, I
That's very
imagine what happened to him was the keepers beat the shit out of him.
Well, we'll look into that then. Why, do you think there's something in particular we might be able to look out for there?
Well, I mean, it'd be nice to know why. Like, it sure, things were escalating there, but that was... Oh, man, covers him out. That was just so brutal.
Yes,
So unnecessary.
There was some level of mind control there, I'm certain of it.
I mean, getting that confirmation directly from him could be useful, right?
Well, that's a good point.
I don't know. I ain't much of a detective.
It's not your job.
Nope. It is not, but I still have responsibilities.
It's okay. Sometimes Seathrins from other side make you go, aha. Like when I say thin and Dia goes, oh.
I understand you exactly, Nash. You couldn't be more right. Well, I guess I'll keep working on my little speech, try to appease the people. I will wear my loveliest dress. And
Maybe
make sure-
don't, actually.
Oh,
Wear something modest.
that's actually a very good idea. I just figured, I was hoping maybe if I dazzled them, they'd just like forgive better.
Don't
but
let
you
them
might...
forget you're a person, too.
She sits up more straight when you say that. You are absolutely right.
You probably have Pride look it over before you. Just let him have a read of it before you go up on stage, whenever that might be.
Yes, that's a very good idea. And you happen to like peek over at her like little manuscript, I guess, like for a better term, and you quickly realize her handwriting sucks.
Oh yeah.
It's like chicken scratches bad.
I mean, she's
well,
she's
I would
really
read this, but,
academic. Like,
Diletta,
you know?
I can't read this. This is shit.
Diletta, I
She'd be
can't
writing
read.
in runes.
God. Yeah. Well, thank you boys very much.
Has
Ooh.
Matthias been bothering you at all, or anything?
I wouldn't describe it as bothering me, but he does pop on by and very quickly opens the door and then asks me like, "What's another word for love?" And then he says, "Got it." They say, "I got it," and then they leave. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I had.
Oh,
I mean-
wait. We
Oh.
went to Hoagie place. Cake
Hoagie?
for you.
Oh my goodness, that's so much. She holds out the piece of cake because, like, again, and it's meant for a giant. Oh
We
my
give
gosh.
lot of people.
And you still have a lot left.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness. Well, I'm gonna need milk. She stands up. There's
I
no
am
way.
certain they have milk.
I certainly hope so, because if they don't, I will be very upset. I don't want to demand much, but I will demand this much.
All right, we'll get out of your hair, unless there's
Pride
anything
is
else.
always saying hydrate or dihydrate.
Excellent. Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to do here, or?
I suppose Redpath will find out if Matthias needs any special dinner delivered to them.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't need to be a scene, just what do they want?
Matthias wants something. They have a very odd request. They're like, "I want it to be colorful. Lots of colors."
All right, I'll see what I can do. Oh, stew.
Sure. Whatever tickles your fancy. I'm sure it'll tickle mine. All right.
Nash, as they're walking, we whisper, "Thought stew brown."
Nah, if I make it with a red base and don't make it beef as the, as the protein, I can kind of make it orange, and then all the other vegetables will pop out. Yeah, it's a whole
okay.
thing.
Okay.
And if I really wanted to wow them, I could get Dia to cast a spell on it.
Press
there is that.
digitate your stew to be rainbow colored.
That's just fantasy food coloring. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, fucking excuse me!
Oh boy.
And now, the main event.
So, Dia. Deep. Let me switch over to
Deep.
that.
Bad
Yes.
idea.
Yeah.
I will ping, don't fret.
I mean, it'd be a worse
Girl.
idea if I followed them.
It would
Yeah.
be.
Although I'd have a
But it would be
higher-
so funny and
The
appropriate.
lie you could spin, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I was out walking my dog.
Where is Nash?
So, you see Rivaldi walking very purposefully, making sure to avoid any person. And, like, there are occasional... No, like, if you saw Diletta go down the road, you'd hear people like, "Oh, good morning, madam," and things like that. No one says shit to Rivaldi.
I bet, yeah.
I
And it's not-
so lonely.
And it's not even like "Oh, fuck that guy." It's like I don't want him to get mad. He might arrest me for disturbing his peace. So, and he just continues down the way.
I think, he seems like the kind of person who would be attentive to someone shadowing him. So I guess Dia, when she inquired with his secretary or the woman at the prison the
Right.
previous day, I recall that she did not specify who he
Where?
was meeting with it to. Did she? But she must have informed me as much of, at least, that it was out of the prison. Did she say where he was going?
Nope. She
Nope.
did not specify. She was very much just like, nope, he's got a meeting that he needs to attend to, and that's none of my business. You get the feeling that's probably Rivaldi going, "And do not disturb me," and then left. And was
Yeah.
like,
He
all
flourishes
right.
his cape.
Yeah.
Not even a. Do not let this get out. Just a. Don't.
Don't
Don't.
fuss with Flecker. I think we'll keep it simple. I'm not gonna do anything really fancy, but at a certain point, when I'm out of direct line of sight to him for just a moment, and no one else happens to be looking straight at me, I think Dia's just gonna go ahead and cast Alter Self, and just assume the form of a different-looking person, because he's met all of us and might recognize me by sight. So I think Dia's just gonna, you know what?
Callista.
Yeah. Yeah, she could, but Callista looks very similar to Dia, because Callista's literally just hair dye and a disguise. So I think we'll say Dia's just gonna turn into, like a dwarf woman.
Alright.
Substantially different build, and different hair color, and actually, I don't think Alter Self lets you change your clothes, but she'll actually draw the cloak around her and just continue following, but as a different person.
Yeah. All right. Rivaldi is gonna just keep on making his way. You see that he is kind of making a beeline for one of the tunnels.
Ooh, okay. Which family's tunnel, out of curiosity?
It looks to be a Diletta tunnel.
Okay. Do I know where this one leads?
You would actually. So here, I can actually show you. Boop, boop, boop. So,
Is this one?
this one.
What?
Or, I'm sorry, no, it is that one. Whoop! Oh, I put you guys two on the wrong spot. Whoop, whoop, my bad. Yeah, so you're here. Whoop. And that one leads to just up here. Not a super far one. And as a reminder, like, these ones are like the guaranteed they go to each other. But there is also the possibility that he could take a path that leads up to, like, the Laree family. And
yeah,
things like
she's
that.
not going to do anything clever, like trying to shortcut to the end of the tunnel or anything, like to come out the other side, since he might be meeting with someone in the tunnel if it's a secret business. So yeah, she's just going to keep following from a good ways back. And I think if she can, she's gonna, like, there was a cart there with some crates, right?
Yeah, here, I can bring us back.
Out of curiosity, is there any, I guess that one was on its way somewhere. If she can find anything like this, she'd probably see if she can grab, like, an empty, unattended box or crate or something, just so that she can be carrying it to have a bit of business, so that she's just like, yeah, I'm on my way somewhere.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, no, so you guys go in through a tunnel. Let me make sure that this map is ready, because I need to make sure that there's shit you don't see and whatnot. Beep, beep.
That's important.
It's not even like a spooky thing, it's more just like a...
It's like a, proper
Makes
map
sure.
design thing, yeah.
Yeah, alright. So I'll drag you guys over. Whoopsies, that's the wrong one. There. So many maps. You're not that close.
Hello, Conrad.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no. So you're actually in one of the inside neighborhoods that are actually like within the cliffside. It's a little more upper crust in a weird way. I mean, everything's pretty upper
I
crust
like
here in
this
Love Yard.
Splatoon character over here.
Yeah, no, you can see actually a mom, Undine, like trying to get their kid out of the water. Like, no, it's time for lunch. And it's like, no, man, no school. And dragging them out.
I'm a squid now, you harlot.
Let's see here. This keeper actually kind of walks on by, and Rivaldi like waits for them to pass as they like just kind of get up to a higher position, even though it's like in someone's yard. And that's the thing you notice. There's more keepers in here than Blue Jay, which is bizarre.
Are there no Blue Jays or just fewer?
There's just fewer. There's a couple of Blue Jays, but not nearly to the level of Dooley Doo. keepers that are bopping
Figures
around.
he would go somewhere with keepers. 2 shits in a butt.
You got it in one. And he is actually going to make his way across the bridge as well.
He's
I
going
think,
to Orc Manor.
I think Dia will, because the bridge that, like, diverting like that and immediately doing the same might be a little suspect, so I think rather than just, like, immediately following across the bridge, Dia's gonna set the crate down and, like, stretch a bit, like she's taking a break from wherever she's carrying this, and just wait to let him get a little more distance and see where he's going.
Yeah. You keep an eye on him, and you see that he, like, goes around, and then you lose sight of him.
Okay.
Oh my god, what if he's just going for vampire lunch?
That would be funny. I think, Dia's gonna, she's gonna walk around into, kinda to be behind these slightly larger rocks to, if he's somewhere over here, ensure that, again, he doesn't have a direct line of sight on her. And I think now it's time to get a little more serious. So she's gonna cancel the altar self and is instead going to cast Beast Shape 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn into just a... have I observed, on the interiors of the tunnels as we've been walking through, what sort of wildlife actually hangs out around here, if any?
You've seen, like, the occasional, like, kind of really interesting crystal-like crab. There are some bats.
Maybe a gull or two swooping on in.
Some gulls are like, where the fuck am I? And people hate them in here because it echoes like, ha, ha! It just goes around like, fucking gulls!
Oh god, trapped in here again. God damn it, get the broom.
Yeah, there's also, like, some lizards kind of scooting about. No Adaptodle, I'll make that clear.
Tragic. But yes, that would be
yes.
very strange if there were, given what we know. I think Dia will go for the Kragmer's Fisher special. She's going to turn into a tiny little bat.
All right.
I just gotta say, I hope to God that we catch him doing vampire stuff, because then we can be like, oh my god, Rivaldi's a vampire! We already fucking knew that!
Would be pretty funny. So she'll change her form behind the rocks here. She'll just leave the crate sitting here for now, and she'll flit out, and she's going to fly much higher up and over this direction to see if she can reestablish a visual on him.
Okay. So, for this, just because for timing purposes,
yeah.
I want to roll initiative. This is not a combat. This is to see who can do what first.
Alrighty.
Wow.
Plus 10, you say?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can technically beat that, but I do need to roll good. Which I don't tend to do on initiative, no. Okay.
Okay. So, you fly around the bend, and you, like, I'll just move you for the sake of interest. You come around the bend. He is not there.
Yeah.
He is just gone. Give me a perception check.
Oh, good. This'll pay off.
Echolocate him. You're a bat. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
For Dia, it's a great roll.
For Dia, it's a great roll. Yeah. So you come around the corner and you notice that, like, the shadow wiggles almost like it was in candlelight and then stops.
Okay. Can I make a spellcraft check to see if I recognize that as the after effects of a particular, like, magical effect?
Sure.
Aram, have notions of maybe what that might indicate, but I'm curious whether Dia does.
Oh, that dice did a schmoove.
Yeah, I was like,
Dice
woo!
is schmoove. Yeah, so based on the spells that you know and have studied over time, this seems like, while a magical effect, you're quite confident it's not actually a spell. This might just be an ability more than anything.
Okay. I think as quickly as she can. I'd have to look up the speed of bat, but as quickly as she can, I think Dia is going to... Let's see. So there are some buildings around here. Are there any that are in any way distinguished or look more likely to be a place of interest?
Looking through, you don't have to roll perception. Looking at these buildings quickly, they all seem to be just fancy, small estates and things of this sort. None of them really catch your attention. Like, you see a couple of family emblems, but none of them really strike you as ones that you are super familiar with. Like, you see one that's like of a frog. There's another one that is of a scorpion and things like that. But you look at those like, I have no idea who these people are. They must be like bottom of the barrel compared to like the big wigs you've been hanging out with, like the Dulanes and
we're really spoiled, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, I like them.
Okay. Yeah, if there's no building that looks any more plausible than the others to be like, oh, this is most likely his destination, I think Dia's going to do a quick lap as fast as she can. She's just going to zoom around the immediate area, particularly looking for out of the way, like little blind alleys or corners or anywhere that's a little bit tucked away from prying eyes, and also briefly checking in windows of these buildings. And she is of particular interest of any other places with prominent shadows. Because the wild ass guess here is that this was some kind of step into one shadow, emerge from another one.
Okay.
What should I roll?
I guess this would be perception or sense motive makes the most sense to me, but seeing as you're in a bat form, I am up for negotiating what else you might be able to do.
I mean, as much as I hate to say it, be given where my skill points are allocated, it feels like perception probably still makes the most sense, unless it's less a question of me being able to spot something and more a question of whether I can get somewhere in time, in which case maybe there's a speed element. But I don't even know what I'm looking for, so...
Yeah, I guess we could also do a speed thing, because, like, depending on how fast you go, just, like, with your own blind sense and things like that from being a bat...
I mean, my instinct would be, like, survival. Like, you are a bat, you could try to echolocate.
Survival would also be acceptable. That is also...
Okay, well, I'll tell you one thing, and that is that perception, sense motive, and survival are all whiz skills in which I have no ranks.
Fantastic.
So it will not change anything, one way or the other.
Well, then roll one of them. Good job.
Okay. Yeah, so, unfortunately, there is a long period of time where you zoop around this cave trying to find him. How much time do you spend looking for him?
Well, I've got 11 minutes as a bat. And it's not like I desperately need to get somewhere before this runs out or else risk, something terrible happening. So I think Dia will spend a solid up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Or at least until she has kind of traversed She'll kind of do like a spiraling outward from where he was, checking further and further places, and go for as far as she can until she's like checked everywhere that's remotely interesting.
Okay, so what we're gonna do then, because you're also checking windows and things like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a percentage die.
Ooh,
to determine, because if you're burning the full 11 minutes, it does boil down to, do you just get lucky while looking for him? So we're going to do D100, high or low finds him when it comes to, we'll do a 50%, because like the way these caves work, because the way the caves work is that they're not like these mazes, they're basically like one big tunnel that then divides at 1 or 2 points maybe, and then lead back outside.
Okay. I'll be a traditionalist. I'll just say high is good.
Okay.
So 51 to 100, I suppose.
51 to 100, you are able to locate Conrad Rivaldi. It is thinking really hard about this.
Hey!
So, Dia, you fly and fly and fly, looking all over the place, trying to track this sumbitch down. And I will ping. You are here. DTD. And you are able to find him. Where is my icon for this guy? Let me reveal. Here. And then I will actually put him not on the GM layer. He is kind of just walking about his, this looks to be a dining room in some capacity. And I need to find another person's icon.
Dia will just find a promising looking stalactite and hang from it underneath.
Oh my god, where did this icon go? I had them. There you are.
I'm excited. Like there are some.
Awesome! We figured it out.
We've done it.
We've solved the riddle of the Sphinx.
Yeah, no. So you see this individual hanging out there, but most interestingly, you see good old Emmett.
We've done it.
Do we
We've
need
done
to wait?
it!
We need to wait to see what this guy's deal is, or can we literally just like shank him in an alley? We know he's up to no good.
I don't think we can just kill Emmett.
This is not what. This is probably not what Dia would think, but this is what I
Especially after Dia had a moment in front of Amaranth about, God, I hate him, and then he is shanked in an alleyway.
We
12
cannot
hours
simply
later.
get him.
Would the world be as perfect if we could?
But this is not a perfect world.
Yeah. So you see these individuals all in this room discussing with one another, and it's at a point where Rivaldi is actually the one who you can hear it just barely, because as a bat you could probably hear through. Might I remind you people to stay away from the windows? And he kind of moves his hand quickly, and you watch as curtains fall into place, but you know, as you get closer, this is shadow. Like, he just moved shadow to cover the window and darken it.
Clever Gus. So that both windows, I assume, or just the one that I'm in position to see through?
It seems like he probably did them to both, as you kind of.
Can you
that would
imagine
make
if he did
sense.
just one? Just
Just
come
one,
on now. No,
Yeah.
I want a view. You can't have one.
Yeah, and
Okay. Can I still hear? I assume.
one of the other things that you notice as you get closer is that Emmett wiggles their hands in a way and mumbles something, and then boom, silent. There's no sound
All right.
escaping.
They do their homework. Let's see. Do I have anything that gives me a chance of doing anything?
I mean,
Sorry,
the odds
these guys-
are stacked
you
against
already
you.
gave me a lot, considering I flew in here and was like, I'm looking in random places and rolled a 10 on perception. So like, No, like I wouldn't ask for more, but let me see if there's anything else I can do here. Ah.
Oh, I got it. I'll shapeshift into a goblin with true sight.
I got it. I'll use my ice breath.
I'll use my ice breath.
My ice breath.
You are properly positioned for ice breathing.
It's true.
It's true.
I'll get Rosa to cast Cone of Cold.
Perfect.
Oh man, yeah, I have almost no spells.
I like the table they had that's shaped like underwear.
What?
What? Oh, okay, this one.
Yes.
Oh,
Took me a minute.
I was like, what kind of underwear?
yeah.
Square!
Get out of my home!
So, I probably don't want to push my luck here, since I will definitely die if I try to get really fucking clever here.
But
This is
hey,
all
new
one-
character, right?
But hey, new character. This is all one building, right? By the looks of it?
Yeah, this looks to be actually one of the bigger homes in this area.
Any identifying features? Is it still a no-name family crest, or is this one more something?
There is no family crest on this one, but looking at the front, there is a plaque that just says the Rivaldis.
Oh,
Bro, shadow step to go home?
okay.
Need to have a
I
secret
guess-
meeting at my house.
Oh my
I
gosh.
guess that makes
Hey.
sense.
I mean, like, it's one of, you don't know why he would have the meeting here, but there's probably some reason.
We gotta get invited over for dinner so that he walks home and his wife
Never.
is like, "Oh, hi, honey. Look, who came for dinner?"
If only Jasper were here with insect scouts. Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see a play here. Not one that's not.
Message me and I'll set off the blizzard. That will help.
I'd love to learn more, but I
To
don't.
be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, no, I would. I mean, I could literally be a fly on the wall, but I'd have to get in, and the windows. I have no particular. I guess I'll circle quickly once. The windows are all shut, right? There's no. Is there a chimney? There's a fireplace
there's a
there, but it's up
fireplace.
against an exterior wall, which is a little strange. I guess.
Making maps is hard.
I
But
know.
technically,
I know.
that would mean that, yeah, there would be a chimney there.
That's a play.
When in the second, before they blacked out the windows, could I see whether the fireplace was lit?
I mean, you'll be able to tell by looking up, right?
It's
I-
Leviara. They shouldn't be.
It looks like they've left it off at the moment. They do have some candles. It's still like very dark in there, but it seems like having some light was requested
Okay.
in some capacity. I'll also note, because it's you just can't see this because of the way
Yeah.
the map is designed. There is a balcony that hangs over the edge of like this first floor.
Okay, and does
that
it
is-
has doors that are also shut, or
It does have like a sliding door at least.
okay? I would. That would be a little more obtrusive, I think. Not gonna commit too deep here, but out of curiosity, Dio will fly over to the chimney and scrabble down on the inside just to see if she goes down towards the actual fireplace here. At any point, does she become able to hear again?
I would say if you go down pretty damn far, that would get you through it. But you got to figure this is like going pretty into the area. So you're like clutching on the inside and like at this
Crouching on the
point,
inside.
you're close enough now that if someone were to reach in, they could get you. But you can still hide yourself a bit if needed.
Yeah, if she can be just on the side, like, so there's the fireplace and then the flue. If she can be just at the bottom of the flue such that she's not, like, actually
poking out into the fireplace that everyone can see, but is just behind it.
Sure. Yeah, I will still ask for a stealth check if you
Sure
don't mind.
thing.
But you are small.
Yes,
which
I
gives
am
you a
quite
pretty
small at the
I'm
moment.
covered in soot.
Yeah.
A sooty little boy. Yeah, as a tiny animal, size bonus to stealth.
I think it's an 8.
Yeah, it's like a +8 or something. +8, +6.
Yeah, just looking at the stealth page. Size?
Yeah, it's in size, not stealth.
Oh, is it? Okay. Oh, okay. Creatures gain a bonus or penalty based on their size. Okay, so tiny is +8. Yeah, you were right. Okie dokie. Go ahead.
That's what Glass's character was. That's why.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why their stealth bonus is like a 26.
Okay. And I also have some higher dex from the polymorph, so I think this should be the full total modifier.
Yeah.
1d20 plus. Yeah, here we go.
Okay. And then I will roll something in secret.
Roll a legendary opposed perception check.
55.
I hear a little scrabbling in the fireplace.
I hear a little bitch in my flue.
I smell deer diadem specifically.
So you're able to hang on in, and Rivaldi, kind of walking around the room, puts a hand on one of the chairs. So, you mind telling me what the hell happened at the academy? I assure you, I had no involvement with that. That was something else entirely, but it's still beneficial. Relax, both y'all. Thanks to me, y'all even have a plan for this. Yes, but you're the ones making out like a bandit. In a sense, but listen, we both agree that Leviar leaving the Coalition is a bad idea, especially considering you got this Blackthorn fellow you don't want showing up, and I got the holy power to deal with that firepower. How likely are these folks going to be able to get in there anyways? I don't know. Considering they were able to handle this library situation quickly, with little to no harm, I am concerned. What do you think? The hooded figure looks over, and you notice that they have like an audio effect happening. Probably some sort of...
I assume I can't see these guys anyway, because I'm not gonna risk them spotting a bat peeking out of the fireplace. So you don't even have to tell me anything that's related to the physicality.
Oh yeah, but I mean for voice-wise, there was clearly
okay.
like
Sure.
a spell effect happening that's like
okay.
modulating back and forth. Right. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem, to put it mildly. So, I don't think they're gonna be able to get in. Plenty of measures are being taken to ensure that. Amaranth is a hard worker after all. All the same, I wouldn't be opposed if you've got a means to keep an eye on him. I'm sure I could come up with something. Though, I think we should try to be calm with the, political engagements for a time being. Why? Well, this is an opportunity to strike while the iron's hot. People are going to want answers why this little owl made such a colossal disaster there, and who better to fill that seat than Amaranth? She did work close with him, and the people do like her. And if she gets too many responsibilities, she'll have to forfeit her position at the Horde, meaning Oleander can pop in and take control again. And we can rely on his ruthlessness to make sure no one gets that ding-dang compass. Or better yet, the Authority just go on in there and destroy it. No. Right. So, what are you going to be doing? I'm just going to keep doing what I do best, sweetheart. Darling, I just make sure people love me. It's what I do, after all.
The quiet leader, so you fucking failed.
But I'm gonna be busy in the next couple weeks. Not immediately. What? But we need you to be... I know, but if we stir the pot too much, it ruins the brew. All right? So just let it breathe, let it aerate for a bit, you know? The cloaked figure turns over. Yeah, I've probably got some things I can do. Maybe I've got some contacts. Do you want to handle... No. I'll handle the rumor mill. I got the person for it. I got a couple people actually lined up. They're already making the rounds. See? Boys, let me take care of it. This is how we do things. You keep playing your roles, I'll do mine. And if the rumors don't work, well, the best thing about... The best rumors are the ones that have just a hint of truth in them. All right? Let's see here. And then I'm going to have another GM roll.
I think around this time, in any case, is when Dia's gonna be like, alright, that's good enough.
Okay. Alrighty. As you are going back out of the fireplace, you notice something.
Mm-hmm.
There is no light. Looking back up, there's nothing. And then very slowly, 2 white circles appear, looking down at you.
I don't know what that shit is, but I don't like it. I think, let's see. Alright, yeah, it's
I'm
probably...
gonna cheese it, yeah.
It's probably time to cheese, so happily, even though she is a bat and cannot make gestures right now, Dia can still speak thanks to her ring of eloquence. So she'll look up, beady bat eyes at these 2, what I'm assuming are white eyes in the darkness. And she's gonna incant a dimension door and go as far toward the entrance of the tunnel as she can.
Careful,
Okay.
this fucker tried to steal mine.
Yeah.
Okay, so because you're casting a spell, I'm gonna track something really quick with this individual.
Sure thing.
Because because this is not going to be quiet. It's magic. It's happening.
And there's a very real chance that the bat is going to be spiked into the ground like a fucking winning throw in a football game.
Where is it? Oh, it's actually not crazy high. Still gonna roll it though. Still good, but not amazing. Nope, okay. They don't hear it. So, you are able to... Where are you warping to?
So the exact physical relationship here is a little unclear since we changed maps, but I'm gonna go back to like as close as I can to like the entrance to the tunnel. Just teleport on to like the ceiling somewhere, and then find a nice well, maybe not shadowy corner. Find a nice. She'll probably just like she'll flit back to where she left the crate. And when there are no eyes on her, she'll return to her original form and just stroll on out.
Okay. Yep. You just walk your way out into the street. It ain't too long, and I will say, as you go, you do well. Let me roll a luck thing really quick, because that...
What is this thing? A look thing?
Okay. Yeah. As you are making your way through the town, and where are you walking towards? I should clarify.
I suppose she'll walk back toward the prison to plan on meeting up with Maze.
Okay. Yeah. As you make your way back, I'll put you like down the street a little bit. It isn't long until you spot like Emmett himself just like walking out of the tiny bucket.
Oh.
Interesting. All right. That's weird, but Dia's gonna play it cool and not react to that, lest she give any indication that she has a reason to think that's weird.
Yep. And Emmett's just chitty-chatting with his keeper of like, no, everything seems to be pretty much hunky-dory at this point. I think I've earned a nap. Boy. All right, yeah. Well, just keep doing what you're doing. And you feel the eyes lock onto you for a moment. Hey, Miss Hero, thank you again for all your help earlier.
Oh, Mr.
Emmett.
Yes. Emmett. Nice to see you again. I hope everything's going well with the investigation.
Oh, yes, very much so. Haven't really gotten a strong lead quite yet, which is very unfortunate, but don't you worry. Thanks to you, we're gonna keep on keeping on.
Now that one's free.
Oh, bless you.
Only because I don't have anywhere to send the royalties, you understand?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm happy to... No, hold on. He, actually, reaches for his pouch. How much? I'm happy to pay for it. It's a good one.
It's fine, it's fine. Just
All
make
right,
sure that
well...
goes towards a good cause, right? That's what you guys are all about.
Oh, always. It's a team effort.
Yep, leave it to me. All right. You just get done with lunch, I take it?
Yeah, no, I thought it was time I treated myself to the tiny bucket. I've heard so much about it, and I was like, well, is it what's cracked up to be? Spoiler alert, hell yeah it is. You ain't been there before, I strongly suggest it.
No, I've never gotten to eat there. We crashed Rosa and Amaranth's dinner the other night, unfortunately, when the stuff started going down at the university. I'll take a, Oh, I did just have lunch. Maybe dinner.
There you go. Never wrong time to go to the tiny bucket. Oh, I was also curious.
Yeah.
Are you all right? I mean, I know you played a massive part with the water elemental business, and there was some confusion afterwards. You okay? Just wanted to double check with you.
Oh, I'm doing all right, Emmett. Were you you weren't? I hope you weren't caught up in the scuffle there.
No, I was on the other side of town at the time. Had no idea until it was pretty much daggone done, unfortunately. And then, of course, I came in and tried to corral my boys, because sometimes they could be a couple knuckleheads. Don't look at me like that. Points his finger at the keeper next to him. You can be.
Well, you did a fine job. It seems like everything calmed down, and looks like we have the keepers to thank for that.
Yes, indeed.
I'll let you get back to your rounds, then. I'm sure after lunch you got the second half of your day in front of you.
Oh, course. But I certainly hope you're taking it easy, too. Not working too hard.
Well, we work as infrequently as we can get away with, and unfortunately, we usually can't get away with much. Trouble just has a way of finding us.
That is how it be sometimes.
Die.
What you rolling for?
Oh, I wouldn't worry about
A
that
cast
too
kill.
Dia is going to disengage from this conversation.
much. All right.
The most beautiful full round action one can take.
Nash uses his special ability to run after you after you
Wait, not done
disengage.
talking yet.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh. Okay.
Nah, that's an interesting die roll.
So,
Yeah.
as you go, you have this weird moment where you can feel something similar to back in the library. Someone trying to get into your mind. And worse, I think it worked. But then there's a moment where your brain latches onto the meeting you just overheard, and it starts to fizzle and dissipate, and then you're able to push through and manage it. And Emmett just walks on by. Stay safe, dear. Crazy things happening in this town.
I think. Oh man, she doesn't know for sure what that was, or whether or not the person responsible, whoever that could be, can tell whether or not it was successful. But I think when she realizes what has happened, she's gonna kind of like. She probably would do this anyway, but she'll stumble a little and kind of put a hand on the wall here, and after a second realize like, I'm gonna play this up a little, and she's going to kind of stand there looking confused for about 5 seconds before wandering off this way.
Dear,
Are you all right? Something happened.
I think so. She's gonna quickly, as she continues to walk along, gonna take out of her pack a little, just a bit of parchment, and just quickly write down the cliff notes of what she just saw. Roll that up and stick it away.
You can't erase that, asshole.
Don't like that. Not one bit.
We should regroup immediately.
Yeah. Not, every time I think I've been slick. Not as slick as I thought.
Something tells me you were pretty darn slick. But they're a prick. Do be careful.
What a pair we make with our rhyme.
we are friends!
I think that's the end of that scene.
Yep. Oh boy. I think that's also a good what will happen next time.
We're not even completely sure what happened this time.
Man, it would indeed be very funny if literally they had no idea that I was there or that it was me, and Emmett was just like, I'm just gonna give this girl a roofie.
Fuck you!
Next time it's like, what happened last time on Evan Ward? Blah 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 blah. And then at the end, I don't know.
I don't remember.
We just don't really know what happened. I don't know. Well.
Oh boy.
Excellent session, gang.
The intrigue.
The intrigue is real. Well, I'm sure there is an Imgur to go through, but before we do, you should switch up the music and I'll plug some links. Hey! We have a Patreon. You should consider supporting us there if you haven't already. By throwing us a couple bucks a month, you help fund us making things like this. You fund all of our custom artwork and other occasional nonsense we may need. It really impacts the quality of the channel, so you make a very measurable difference. And also by giving us a couple bucks, you have access to all the custom artwork that we get, because that all gets thrown up on there. Also, if you haven't already, you should consider joining our Discord. It is our community hub. It is where we coalesce and talk about our games. It's where weekly schedule is, and it's where people post fan art. So if you feel like giving some of that, feel free to drop on by. Speaking of fan art, do we have an Imgur?
Oh, I bet we do, and we sure do. It is courtesy of Sign Centaur. Here it is.
So much Sign Centaur, and it actually loads, which is nice. Alright. Oh, Ebon Ward 122. There's nothing inherently wrong with hanging out with the daughter of the owner of a hoagie shop.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's her title. That's her only
That's
title.
what she's known for.
I have accomplished nothing else. Thanks, gang.
At the top of the pile from Shacklehouse. Wow.
It's the sisters.
It is the sisters. Look at them. Looks nice.
Look
nice
at them.
perspective. I like it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Then, Then from Vel/Egg.
Please stick your fingers between the bars of my enclosure. Please, 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 please. I promise I won't bite you again. Please, I'm very friendly and entirely not threatening.
Freak ass.
Come on. Just a little. Just a little.
No, we're not. We're not even talking to you again. Get out of here. Thank you very much.
We don't like you!
Then we got some things from Shakalos.
Maze burning the kitchen down.
Again.
Burning down the house as I do.
Redpath punishing Dia for it.
This is your fault.
I don't know how, but it is.
I just stand in here.
Oh,
Oh, very funny.
just a little guy.
Thank you, Shakalos. Then also from Shakalos, he's fucking
Jojo
ripped.
pose.
Shredpath.
Shred path.
Here he
indeed.
comes. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. He's killing people.
He's
Epic,
fucking-
arrest him!
He's fucking killing people.
Oh, I need probable cause first.
Thank you.
Points.
Thank you very much for these Shakalos. Then from Lemieux. Shout out to that Hoagie employee for doing his best at his
Yo.
minimum wage job.
I will tell you this. The people that work there get paid very well.
They
And yet
matter.
they're still asking for tips.
Hey man, the public doesn't know that.
Thank you, Lemieux.
Wow.
And then from Shakalos, more Shred Path.
More Shred
More.
Path. The shoujo sparkles are enveloping the world.
Look out. Hot bread.
Very nice. Another spicy loaf, as it were. Then from Ziggy,
Skun endium. Oleum. Rotum. Riptorium.
He knows some pretty big words.
Wow, yeah.
Nash, are you okay? I think you're
Very-
overthinking this.
But what between and
I don't know. Thank you, Ziggy. Then from Shakalos,
My squad.
gun,
And their guns.
gun.
Everybody's
Gun.
got a gun.
Everyone's got a gun.
Everybody's got a gun. Clearly
Jasper's
labeled.
the odd one of your player characters.
Why is this happening to me?
Thank you, Shakalos. From Appledore.
What your Imagines Thursday will be like.
No.
How about these buns? Oh my god!
Thank you, Appledore. Then, yeah, that's these from
There's the
Shakalos.
crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many today.
There's,
Thank you,
there's
Shackle.
so many. Yeah, Shakalos been posting these over the past few days, and there's so many of them. Thank you very much. These all look
Everybody
very nice.
Oh no.
Everybody just lounging.
Everyone's
Oh
just
god.
fucking lounging. Then from Sign Centaur.
Cursed content.
I don't know anything about what this reference is. I know was it Spamton? Is that his name?
Yeah, Spampton's having a day today.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of adjacent. I could see it. I could see it happening.
It's fine. Just,
Shopkeepers of kind of ill repute that you could pick up and go poor little meow meow to.
all you need to do, Will, to please the public is say big shot in some capacity.
Big shot.
There you go.
You've
There
done
you
it.
go. You're welcome.
Thank you very much for that, Sign Centaur. Then from Shakalos. Shoulder ride.
Yeah.
Very
Oh
nice,
my god.
very nice.
This is so fun.
Don't drop
She
me,
likes to
please.
feel tall.
And then from Lemieux.
Mother, please, I desire a food.
I'd get Cooper the voice act, but one that would be unethical, and two, she is sleeping on my chest right now. So
Thank you.
unavailable.
Thank you.
Unavailable.
And from Shakalos, Duelist wants a hug. Give.
I guess you are my little pog champ. Bringing
That
that
is
one
that
back.
pose, isn't it?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
that pose. Thank you very
Very
much.
nice. Thank you so much.
And also
So
from
much
Shakalos,
shred path.
another
So
shred
much.
path.
Ooh.
He's starting his own magazine.
We got a
Clearly.
baker's dozen.
Yo, there's clearly an untapped market for an Ebon Ward like fireman calendar, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shakalos.
You think it's gonna be like a Dia pinup calendar, but it's all Red Path.
Then from Bread Bunny.
just walk out. You can leave. Work, social thing, movies, class, home, dentist, clothes shoppy, too fancy weed store, cops if you're quick, friendships. If it sucks, hit the brakes. Real winners quit.
I could never imagine her talking with that much
Energy.
vim and vigor.
Get her mad enough.
Thank you, Red Buddy. That's very funny.
Aw.
Shakalos, cute.
Little lady.
Cute. Little.
She is on a little plum farm, or peach farm right now, and she's having a great time.
Aw, thank you very
It's
much.
going great. Yeah!
Takio.
I have a lot to think about here in Bikini Bottom.
Thank you, Takio.
Thank you. Aww.
I from Lemio is a good
If you give a Nola cookie, he will be happy.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Thank you, Lemio.
Thank you so much.
And from Shackle.
Sorry, Mommy. Shit! Sorry, Mommy. Shit! Sorry, Mommy. Shit!
Oh, damn, she's in it.
Oh!
Hey, you Shackle. Usernames aren't even real. Not veggie, bad veggie.
What do you even do?
He's done a lot, I tell you. Thank you very much.
And so this is on account of the band, right? This is on the band side.
I cast boner.
No.
That you
My
do.
gift to you.
Thank you very much. Oh, then from
Aw,
menu.
Look
So
at
cute.
that. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you so much.
Very, very
Oh,
cute. Thank you.
happy
you.
lady.
From Jagalos.
I cast horny.
I mean, that's one way to solve a problem, yeah.
It's a distraction to be sure.
Quick!
Quick!
I have to dodge, cast.
Cast unnatural lust. Oh, you Jagalos. I'm from Lemio. It's Matilda.
You should have talked to her.
If I talked to her, then all I would have done was try and find a way to say all of the lyrics to Waltzing Matilda. I wasn't gonna do that to everybody. It's very
Thank
cute.
you so much.
Thank you.
Lovely.
And then also from Lemio, Comfy Girl.
Comfy girl. She is very cozy. She is stressed, but at least she's comfortable.
Didn't even let her hair down, though.
No, she probably, that's still like a habit for her, probably.
Thank you, Lemio. And from Shakalos.
Aww.
Very, very cute. Very, very, very nice.
She's just having a chill time.
Having a
not
sit.
thinking about anything.
Thank you very much.
All these handsome people. So many attractive people.
More attractive people. Anemone and Yarrow.
Yarrow.
And I don't remember your name.
Bonk.
Bonk. Anna.
Anna.
It's Anna. And then March. Everyone looking so fancy. Having a good time.
They look great. You've done an excellent job, Shakalos. We're not giving these
Thank
a lot
you.
of lip service because we've seen a lot of them already, but we're all very impressed.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And then from Skift. Fun fact, if being cool was illegal, I'd be a criminal. Not because I'm cool, but because I killed several people.
I'm just a little meow meow.
Just a little fucking meow meow.
We need to get Dr. Redwood back in here to fix those hands. We need to get those off of him right now.
No, they're perfect.
I did what was asked of me.
No, redo it. I will
No.
kill him.
No,
I have channel energy prepared. I will do it.
I like
Do
this
it.
timeline. Yeah, this is nice.
I'm just a little meow meow.
Thank you, Skipped. I'm from Shakalos. Sitting on a bulba.
Oh, on the boba.
Boba.
It's very nice, very cute.
Lovely. Thank you so
Excellent
much.
And from MB.
Oh.
MD. Embrace Embernice. Oh my god, at the beach. Yeah,
Womana.
very strong.
Oh, man.
Woman.
Big
She's
muscles.
actually the person that dresses like this. Is like, all right, time to hit the beach. Runs up to the water. It's a little cold. Immediately sprints back.
Thank you, MD.
Yeah.
Then from Rivaldi.
I'm glad you picked up on my awesome joke in text chat.
why does Emmett call you baby girl? How about we stop talking for a while?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And from Sign Centaur, the session rating scale.
Outstanding. There's a lot. There's so much.
Jersey Mike's, the Sponge Boy.
Sponge Boy, me Bob.
that particular Plague Doctor plushie, which I bought for Rube.
Oh, baby salmon, coconut.
Look at that.
There's more things.
There's 2 more, and I think the Imgur got a little jumbled. So one of the new ones is like the second image.
Just drop him in the roleplay.
Very well then. So this one is from Bread Bunny. Excuse me, I want a cookie, please.
Very nice.
And then I'm scrolling to get the other one. Holy cats, there's so many. All right.
You can do it.
And this one is from Lemieux. From Lemieux. We are friends!
That was very cute of him. Yes.
I hate people!
That was not very cute of you.
Yes, she did too, okay?
It was not cute of either of you.
I'm a little stinker, but you could fix me.
I promise.
Fix yourself, bro.
Dia be like, I can fix him, don't worry. And the guy she's trying to fix is a demon.
This is fucking monster.
Is it literally called insatiable?
Well,
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. That's all she wrote on the fan art. Thank you all so much for submitting that, and well,
hey,
thank you so much for running this. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for playing, gang.
Yeah, things are heating up, I say.
They sure are. Oh boy, oh boy.
We may very well be able to finish a side quest within the next 5 episodes.
This is, sorry.
It's our fault.
I made
this is what we get for picking them all up at once, though.
And the thing is you don't have to do them all. They just give you.
Of course we don't have to do them all, but you've played a video game before.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to my fellow players for being here and being present. You made this an absolutely wonderful experience. Give yourselves a great big pat on the back, as well as chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for supporting us however it is you do it, be it by giving us money or giving us fan art or just being here at all. Your support, however you show it, means the absolute world to us. Thank you so much for being here this time, and thank you for being here next time. Say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.